Zoe Saldana.
Oh yeah, right.
And Billy Bob Thornton. Billy Bob? Jimmy Bob? Billy Bob.
He prefers Billy Bob.
Bobby
but
Bill?
His full name is Jimmy Bob.
Bobby Bill Thornton.
William Bob Thornton.
William Robert Thornton.
Jimmy Bob, Billy Bob, Big Boy Thornton.
Oh, and there's something that he says that's like a saying, but like, oh, damn it.
Is it a commercial you're talking about?
It's an ad. It's an ad. It's a He-Mobile ad that I keep seeing on YouTube, I think.
Okay.
But he says something that's
Show
like
has not started.
a very popular phrase that we all say.
I'd buy that for $1.
But because it has like
skibbity toilet,
it has a cuss
6-7
word in it. So he says it's different. So it's almost like, you know.
I just started. We're
live.
I can't believe this.
Like he self-censors, like it's in the script to say it that way, and I
Yes.
can't remember what it is, but I heard it. Like I was actually listening at one point, and I was like, "What?"
Well, you know what's funny? The show will start very soon. I'm very sorry. You know what's funny? I've seen that commercial uncensored where the curse is in it, but I've only seen it like streaming. So depending on what you're watching, it will be uncensored. And then I saw it at the movie theater, and it was censored. So I was like, oh, because when I first saw the ad, I was surprised because I was like, it's a T-Mobile ad, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? He's cursing in a T-Mobile ad? What? I mean, not that I'm like clutching my pearls or anything, but it was just surprising to see. But then you see
that's what it is. You see him clutching his pearls.
Hey-o.
His Jimmy Bobs.
Yeah, that's what you get for hiring Jimmy Bob. You knew what you were getting into.
All right. We made people wait. Oh, well, that's all of us. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast. Episode 992, the Iron Hands Podcast.
Oh, my favorite Avenger.
You see that new Marvel with Iron Hands in it? No, I'm going to say that all the time.
That's your dad.
That's my dad, right? I saw that Tom Cruise was Iron Hands in Iron Hand 4. Iron Hands is very similar to a cyborg covered exclusively by a paranormal magazine. The cyborg was said to be the modified form of a certain athlete. Whoa. Okay, this lore is kind of interesting. I don't know.
Spooks Illustrated?
But do they mean like athlete in the Pokemon world or athlete in our world?
Athlete.
No, it's definitely athlete. They are 5'11". They are 839 pounds.
Oh, Shorty's got a big bottom.
Iron Hands, so I guess it makes sense. Gender is unknown. Categories paradox.
It's all in the hands.
That's right. Abilities are once again, I think for the last 2 weeks or last 3 weeks in a row, Quark Drive boosts the Pokemon's most proficient. See, I knew you were going to say that. Boosts the Pokemon's most proficient stat on electric terrain, or if the Pokemon is holding booster energy. That's the end of the Pokemon section. Yeah, Quark. When I said it the first time, I was like, that's Star Trek. And somebody else in the Discord said, that's Star Trek. But nobody else here knows it's Star Trek. So I was like, I'm not going to talk about it. But my Star Trek knowledge has fallen by the wayside mostly. But he was a Ferengi.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually rewatching all of Deep Space Nine.
You? The biggest Deep Space Nine fan? No. I love Odo. Turn into a puddle and go under the door.
Watch it with me and she hates it.
I don't know much about your wife, but I know she doesn't like sci-fi. So could not be any more something she doesn't like.
Is Quark the one that looks like a rat, like a big rat?
He's got big ears.
He's got. I would say there's certain aspects that are maybe kind of radish.
Could you make a rat hat out of
I mean, I guess compared to other Star Trek characters,
he's not a rat.
Yes.
If you were gonna say yes, he's exactly right. I'm such an idiot. Jesus Christ! This shows how my brain falls apart. I'm going to look up Quark to show you a picture, but instead I just typed rat. And so the picture came up, and I was like,
"This is what he looks like."
You're exactly right, too. It looks exactly like a rat.
You could make a hat out of him. That's the guy I was thinking of. Yeah, no, he needs a rat hat, is what he needs.
He definitely needs something.
He looks great.
I, you know me and judging books by their cover. I don't ever do it.
He's no Dorcas Malorcas, but he needs a hat. Lube is here. Lube, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Good to see you. Nikki Hill is here. How are you doing?
I'm glad to be here.
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Good.
Dew Michaels is here. How are you doing?
Ooh-coo.
Glad to see you as well.
Uku.
I love it.
And since I know he's watching live, I'll get it out of the way right away. Hello, Music Man. We speak your name.
We speak your name.
Let me say hello to my friend from college days, Josh Grobot. How you doing, my friend?
Doesn't anyone care what I think?
All right. Well, I just asked you. How are you doing?
Shut up. I don't care.
Thank you, Josh.
How do you think you're doing?
That's none of your business.
Okay. Well, Josh is in one of those moods today. We'll move on. George is here. George, how are you doing, my friend?
When George, no.
George, there was a conspiracy theory. And by that, I mean, I'm making it up, but let me get you the picture. We had a little chat going on.
Throw it up in the Discord.
I'm going to put the picture in the Discord. There were conversations of another lime holder out there, and we don't want to seem. Can I? Okay. I don't want to seem like all lime holders are related because that's racist. It's not Jimmy Buffett. But this picture was brought up, and I'll say hello to everybody in chat. Here you go. Here's the picture. Put it in the Discord for everybody to see. Do you know this man, George?
Oh, that's old Giuseppe. Yeah.
Old Giuseppe?
Giuseppe.
George
yeah.
Seppi.
Uncle. I call him old, but he's an uncle. Uncle Giuseppe.
Because he's juicing a lime.
Yeah.
We want to make sure nobody takes that the wrong way. It's because he's juicing a lime. Yes.
And that little secret for you. The
There's
mustache saves the lime juice
Flavor
for a little later. Yeah, you have lime for every meal.
there's chat going on in Discord right now. Is this your father, George?
I said it's my uncle
Oh,
Giuseppe.
well, okay. All the kids nowadays are calling everybody Unk. If you're an old person, you're Unk. So I didn't know if you were going with that or
No,
if it
he's
was
a
your
hunk.
actual
Clearly, look at him.
hunk.
He's a hunk.
Uncle Giuseppe.
Uncle Giuseppe.
That's it. Uncle Giuseppe. We got, man, I love when a new bit of podcast lore drops out of nowhere, and there it is. So thank you. Uncle Giuseppe, everybody. We're happy to have you here.
Do you think
Giuseppe.
Uncle Giuseppe needs a nutcracker around holiday time, or is his index and his thumb that
Oh, man,
strong?
look at that guy.
Oh, he's been squeezing limes, juicing limes.
He's so happy about it.
since the 1970s, I think.
Okay.
Not
Man.
a day goes by where he doesn't juice a whole grove.
Oh, wow, a grove.
Grove
really?
juicer.
Okay. Listen up, you grove juicer. I can tell you're related because the smiles on both of your faces, like it's like you're
And he's
excited,
got, and he's got
happy. and-
great style, just
Yeah.
like me.
You're yes. Is he wearing George clothing there actually? Uncle Giuseppe, is he wearing George clothing?
Maybe he has his own clothing line.
Oh,
Uncle Giuseppe.
okay. All right, that's enough of that stupidness. Let me say hello to the chat. Hi, Red Souza and Burn and Cheese. And how? Oh, this is a name I don't think I've seen. Maybe I haven't. I forgot.
Sneaker hacks.
Isla
That's a good
Lilac or Isla Lilac? I apologize.
Sneaker hack said the family tree is a lime tree.
That's it. Ice Dilber and Nico Darunia and William and Grantimus William. Oh, thank you for that tip you sent in this week, William. Hi, Tony De La Mancha. Hi, boy, so many in here. Master Koi. Did I say Sneaker Hack? Somebody did. Hi, Tentavision. Hi, I saw Master Link and Malik Halo and Human Fart and Intimdo and Nico Darunia and Vachi and Zikamudo and Drake and Zeldude and E17 Pet and boy, oh boy, oh boy. Thank you everybody for joining us. It's almost like something big happened in Nintendo World this week. Hello, Roth. Good to see you as well. I promise we won't take too long to get to the direct discussion, which will be the bulk of today's podcast, but we got some other things to get to first.
And I can't promise that Nikki Hill and I won't derail the conversation on the way.
Well,
I've got nothing.
without that, it would not be the GoNintendo podcast, so we welcome it. I have one thing first from ultimate biggest YouTuber in the world, name of Austin. Use code AnyAustin on MeUndies and get yourself some undies.
Is he still selling undies?
We checked recently to see if the code,
You know,
like you go to MeUndies.com/AnyAustin to see if that worked, and it worked. So
Because it seems like he goes between Factor and
Hmm.
MeUndies. So it's either he's trying to feed you, or he's trying to get you new underwear because the food is helping you
poop your pants.
And that's why you need new underwear, because you're eating too much factor 5 and you don't fit in your previous underwear. So you got to buy new MeUndies, and it's a vicious cycle. Yeah, that's what I should do. I am up to date with his videos. I should stop doing MeUndies and start doing factor 5 or whatever his. He does. There's something else he does too. It's another sponsor. I don't remember, but go watch his videos. I don't need to tell you that.
It's a financial one. Yeah.
Yes. Rocket Boost. Is it Rocket Boost? He doesn't need my
Well,
promotion. He's
I
doing
just watched
fantastically.
one of his. He was talking about the economic status of Delfino Island or whatever it is. Plaza.
Or
No,
the whole island. Yes, the whole dolphin island.
And he was going to do a survey about all the people and who works and who doesn't, and check the unemployment rate and everything. And he starts talking about somebody who's like selling food. He's like, I wish that could be my job, just sitting there selling food to people all day. And if I did, I'd sell you this. Gotcha.
He's good. He's good with his segues. He's very good, and he makes the advertising entertaining. But anyway, number one YouTuber in the world, Annie Austin, got in touch with me.
I like when since we're talking about his ads, I like when he shows MeUndies, his personal MeUndies, but he blurs them out. I just think that's funny.
He's a very funny guy. He reached out to me to ask me if I've heard of this saying before, and I had not. So I presented to all the listeners, all the Discord people,
Is it
and
the
you
lime
at the table.
doesn't fall far from the tree?
No, we've all heard that one, George. This is
Or is it a bush?
the quote. Well, it's not going to fall far if it's a bush, because it's a bush. True, bushes aren't very
Some
tall.
bushes get big.
The quote is, "He knows how many beans makes 5." Have any of you heard this? This is real.
No.
Oh,
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard it.
6, right?
He knows how many beans makes 5.
I mean, I have a
It's 6. The
guess
answer's 6.
as to what the saying means.
Sure.
It
Please
means
do.
6, right? No, I'm just kidding. No, it probably means like he's competent. I trust him. Like
Yeah,
he'll
it
be
basically
fine.
means like he's a smart guy. He knows what he's talking about.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but I've never heard it. I said it sounds like something my dad would say and act like everybody has heard this before, and I'd be like, nobody has ever said this.
I know
Give me
the
5
saying,
bees for a quarter.
Yeah.
The saying, 2 beans in a bowl is better than beans in a bush.
Yeah, I haven't heard that
Beans,
one.
no.
I've heard something similar, but
Beans,
that-
beans in my hand. Whoa! Now we're getting into something else. A bean in the hand is better than
2 beans in the bush.
yeah. Woo! All right, moving on.
yeah, exactly. You stumbled into. I'm not even gonna talk about it anymore.
Well, bush beans. That's a can.
Yes, let's talk about it more. Yes, bush beans. Yes.
Yeah.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah.
That's the dog bean guy,
Or
right?
maybe
Yeah,
that's what the
whatever
saying
happened
is.
to
A
that dog. That dog was trying to sell the recipe.
Bean in the-
Remember?
He,
bean in the hands.
yeah,
better than a bean in a
they
can.
They
he was
finally-
trying. You know what they did? They
put
turned him.
put
They
down.
yeah. He's the beans. They turned him into beans.
Trying to sell the recipe, put you
Uh,
No,
they got a new
There
dog
was
now.
a video of him on TikTok. That's one of those videos of the dogs that like walks into the room and like just lets out a huge fart because it's been eating
Well,
beans.
he's only
for
eating
so much.
beans. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I understand.
Poor
I thought
fella.
for a second there, like this was going to be a real story about how the Bush's Baked Beans dog has a TikTok account, and I was like, I would probably follow that.
that's also the same dog that was Air Bud because the beans sent it airborne.
This is this is a great segue to something else stupid. They're bringing back that line of movies.
Great.
There's going to be a new Air Bud.
That's too bad.
Is he are they gonna like retcon it where he's back to just playing basketball?
We
no,
don't-
No, he's actually. It's about his own airline.
I don't. Here we go.
It's
I
a
don't.
pilot now.
I don't
All
have
right,
all the
all
details,
right.
but I can read them to you. One of America's, this is from ESPN.com. One of America's favorite golden retrievers is
Favorite.
returning to the hardwood. Cineverse and Airbud Entertainment announced Thursday that a new feature
Airbud
film
Entertainment.
is coming out summer 2026. So you will be able to go
Oh,
see this
wow,
in
that's
theaters, and it's
soon.
called Airbud Returns. The film is written and directed by Robert Vince, who produced the original Airbud,
Oh, okay.
I'll-
along
That's what
with
he's doing.
It's in good
all
hands.
these spin-offs. Now, this is great. How many spin-offs were there? How many Airbud
Oh my
movies are
God.
there?
Wow.
I love that
I'll
we've
say
stumbled into this.
7.
Okay.
Man. You know, if you weren't so excited, I would say 2. But since you're very
Yeah,
excited,
and I don't want to.
I'm just
obviously there's
excited.
more.
I don't,
I don't want
undersell it,
my-
but I'm going to say 4.
Yeah, I don't want my excitement to indicate like the number. I'm just excited that this is a very dumb thing and I'm
All right.
into it.
Well, you said 4, you said 7. I'm gonna say 5.5.
Oh.
Well, you guys are all wrong because Robert Weiss, who produced the original Air Bud, is returning for the new one, and he is the same person who produced all 14 Air Bud movies.
Oh my
And if you're
God.
wondering what they are, don't worry because I opened up the wiki page right now. Air Bud,
Yeah.
Air Bud Golden.
Retriever,
Retriever.
Come on, guys. It's a
Gold.
sports pun.
Golden Cup.
Air Bud Golden Receiver.
Oh.
Air
Oh.
Bud
Yeah.
World.
Pup.
What'd you say?
Pup.
Yes, World
Oh,
Pup.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're
Air
getting it.
Bud 7th inning.
Stretch.
No.
Scritch.
Scratch.
Come on, you're punning off the right word but wrong way.
Well, because you just told us every other word. So
it's- The Scritch.
heck. No.
What's a game you play with dogs?
Fetch.
Of course.
7th inning
God,
fetch.
Of course.
So dumb.
This one doesn't have a joke. They gave up. Air Bud Spikes Back.
Nice.
And then there was the spin-off of the Air Buddies.
Yeah, I remember all the ones with the puppies. That's
Yes.
why, man, I didn't know. they
Oh
got the
my
14
God! I
though.
didn't even put that together.
Yeah. So there's Air Buddies, Snow Buddies, Space Buddies, Santa Buddies,
Oh.
Spooky Buddies.
See, okay, I didn't
Treasure
know they were counting all
Buddies.
the
Yeah.
buddies movies.
They're all part of the Air
so-
Bud dynasty.
So yeah, the original. I think you named 7 Air Buds, and then there's 7 Air Buddies.
Super Buddies is the last Air
Yeah.
Bud.
Are-
And then also included are the Santa Paws spin-offs. The Search for Santa Paws and Santa Paws 2, the Santa
I don't.
Pups.
Mm.
He did all these are all part of Air Bud whatever, the
They're all
company.
his
Air
lineage.
Bud
They're all
Entertainment.
part of his lime bush
Thank you.
tree.
Thank you. They're
Yeah,
all
but-
part of his lineage. That's
That's like
right.
that's like saying that
lineage.
everything's done. Everything that Universal made is all in the
Listen
same
to
universe.
me. Listen to me. I am not arguing that I disagree with you. I am just telling you this is how it is. If you have a problem, take it up with Air Bud Entertainment.
Maybe I will.
Are the buddies going to be in the new movie?
Oh, well, let me go back to the original article because there is more to read. Vince has said this will be a unique story. Quote, this movie will engage nostalgic Air Bud fans while introducing a new generation to the beloved basketball-playing Golden Retriever. It builds upon the legacy of the original Air Bud with all the fun, the magic, heartwarming scenes, and Buddy playing basketball. Well, I'm glad that's the last thing he mentioned, which is literally why people watch the movie. The plot is about a 12-year-old named Jacob who discovers an original VHS
old for a
of
dog.
Air Bud
Oh.
and his father's belongings while visiting his childhood home after his death. Jacob then meets a stray golden retriever he names Buddy. Together, the two, quote, embark on a journey of healing.
Embark.
Embark on a journey of healing, unite a team of misfits, and chase
Healing?
a championship. Oh my God, it's all there. You're right. According to the release, Air Bud Returns marks the beginning of a potentially long-term collaboration between Cineverse and Air Bud Entertainment, implying there might be more to come. Oh, you think? Air Bud was released in 1997. The original led to literally 13 spin-off movies. How much money did the original make?
Geez. The original. Okay.
Adjusted for inflation.
Oh,
No.
thank goodness. I'll say 100 million.
Okay.
Wait, how much did they make it for? Did you say, or you didn't say?
Did not
Oh wait,
say.
you're saying how much did it net or how much did it gross?
Grossed.
Gross.
I'm gonna probably go low too. 60 million.
60 million.
Mm,
I feel like that's still high.
I bet it.
The original
200,
overall?
200
broke
million.
bank
This is-
on that, 'cause
this
it
is
probably cost them
exactly-
nothing.
It's the original. This is exactly how my dad plays Trivial Pursuit. I'll read him a question, and then for the next like 15 minutes, he'll say every word that I said.
And here you don't. That's what you don't like about game shows: the hemming and hawing, and like the working around to get to the final answer. But it's real life.
I mean, that's true. That is that. Part.
So what it was in.
But we don't have to see it in a game show.
That's right.
We could edit that.
Not on this show, baby. I'm sorry. Did you say a number?
I said 200 million.
Okay. So again, Air Bud, which spawned 13 spin-offs,
Yeah.
hugely successful. The original film grossed 23 million worldwide.
Oh, geez.
Ooh.
So it grossed that much, and they were like, more.
Well, like I said, it was probably dirt cheap to make.
Probably, yeah.
Cost them like 50 grand.
I don't know. Dog food is pretty expensive.
They don't have to
No,
pay
They
the
weren't,
dog.
back in 97, they weren't even feeding that.
They
dog.
were allowed to give him like ash and stuff back then.
Well-
they ate scraps out of the garbage can and stuff.
Good for you, but also let's
He ate
make
the
note
fake prop hot dogs that people were eating in the
That's
stands for the
14
for the
Air
big
Bud
game.
movies is equal to 2 human movies. Got him.
Oh, it's a, that's good. That's a good one. I like it. I like that joke.
It's good that you said that.
no, is it a funny joke? No, but I do like that joke.
Yeah. I
Yes,
appreciate it.
it was a
Good.
smart joke. That's what you get here on the GoNintendo Podcast. Hello, Steel Diver.
Just the smartest.
That's right. Steel Diver says, yeah, but they made way more in VHS sales. They probably did. That's a very good point. The home video market for Air Bud movies, I'm sure, was through the roof. And Austin, because you brought up a question about a bean saying, that's how we got to Air Bud discussions. So thank you very much for that. All right, let's move on. Patreon. Oh no, I'm doing it, and I'm not ready. Son of a bitch. Is there a way to highlight this stuff? This is difficult doing all this at once.
10 division.
Go ahead. Yes, please, vamp. Oh, here we go. Luke,
Well,
did you
I
know
didn't
that you
see
can join the
the rest of
GoNintendo
the
Patreon?
comments.
For $1.
For $1.
I did know that.
There you go. What was the comment from Discord?
I didn't really read all the other
Through the
comments.
woof?
Yeah, through the woof.
Success of the franchise was through the woof.
Through the woof.
Here's what I wrote about on Patreon this week. Let me tell you. Games where you turn music off. What are games you play or have played where you make a point to turn the music off? Is there anything that comes to mind? Like, do you play a lot of Party House? I never remember if it's House Party or Party House.
Party house.
Does that have music?
Yeah.
Do you turn the music off or let it ride?
I let it ride.
Okay.
I'm cool with it.
Balatro. Turn the music off or let it
You
ride?
gotta have music
Well,
at a house.
I
party.
let Balatro ride as well, but those are both games that I could play muted while listening to a podcast or something.
That's why I was
done
bringing
that.
it up,
I've done
yeah.
that before.
I
I wouldn't
Vampire
turn
Survivors.
those off just to play them in silence. I
Okay.
wouldn't do that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and then famously, or I guess infamously, not famously, because you're not going to remember this, but this is true, and I've said it before. I might be the only person that turns off the music when playing Doom. I know that's like sacrilegious.
Something
but-
about that is stirring a memory in me. I'm
and
not
it's not
shocked. To
yeah,
hear
just
that,
I don't
You
know.
just want it quiet.
Well,
Yeah, I wanted to be able to hear all the sound effects, and I wasn't like digging the music that much.
where
so
were you playing Doom like originally? Was it on the PlayStation?
Yeah, I played
Hell?
Final
Okay.
Doom on the PlayStations when I really got to play with it.
I didn't know if you were talking about a computer or not, because back in the days when it was on the computer, there were so many different sound card setups that the soundtrack could sound wildly different depending on what you had. Like you could even have just like your PC speaker, internal PC speaker doing the sound for that, which sounded bad. So, depending on what you had, I could understand turning the music off. I have never played the PlayStation version of Doom, so I don't even know what the sound. I'm sure it's the songs from Doom just done over.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, I'm sure. I think it was, but it was. It's creepy without the music, actually.
because
And
there's
like,
that
I
little noise. I'm going to try
like
and
it.
do it, and I can't do it. But you know it when it's quiet and it's like. I don't know. I don't know how to do that noise. You hear that, and then there's like the
Yeah, the
I know.
gurgles and
Yeah.
grunts and stuff like that.
the screams
I know
of
exactly
the
what song you mean.
Doors
cacodemons
opening
and-
like.
Oh, I remember the door noise perfectly. Yeah. So Doom. Anybody else have
when you
games
pick
where
up
they
a key.
turn?
I never ever have I done that, but my father-in-law and my youngest stepson will both turn all the music and I guess sound effects off too, just like mute the whole game and just like listen to music, like rock music or whatever the hell they
Wow.
want to listen to while they're playing whatever games they're playing, and it
Oh, any game.
drives me crazy.
I would say, for my personal taste, that's sacrilege because I want to hear the music in the game and the sound effects too. But
Yeah.
to each their own.
That's
I
like
guess.
such
Well, you
a.
turn it off for like. Was it racing games?
I
or
do
something?
have examples. Yeah,
It's
I'll get to
amazing
it.
that I'm glad to hear that it actually happens because I thought that was just something in like 90s sitcoms that like teens did. Like nobody does that.
Yeah,
I thought.
slam the door, blast the boombox, and play.
Yeah,
you know,
Right.
I mean,
Really weird. my father-in-law does play a lot of racing games, so like I can,
Okay,
like you said, I
yeah.
can understand. Like turn the
That's
music
fine.
on, and he listens to like heavy metal music, like while he's racing.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well that kind of,
You know, when you're in a car driving for real, you're listening to music. So yeah,
Yeah.
driving a game, listen to
But
music. I get
my
it.
stepson, he'll play all sorts of games, and he'll just play like, you know, he'll man, I forget the bands he listens to. I don't know, some stupid kid bands, you know. No, but he'll just play music, and I'm like, I don't know, it just bothers me.
I
It
my
shouldn't bother me, but you can do play whatever you want, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
my
I'm like,
br-
listen to the
my
music.
thing
of the
is,
kid.
like-
I was like, people spend a lot of time making that music.
yeah, my
And I was like,
brother-in-law
listen
would
to it.
play games with the sound off completely, and I caught him doing it once, and I was like, "You're a monster! What are you doing?" I was like, "You're missing out on like a whole chunk of the experience." And he was like, "Oh, what's the big deal?" And he's like, "Fine, I'll play with music on."
What's the big
And he's
deal?
talked to me since then, and he's like, I don't know what I was thinking. I made a terrible mistake. I was like, yeah, I know. If you listen to it and you hate it, then sure, turn it off. But like, at least give it a shot at first. And he's like, yeah, I should have been doing that. I don't know why. He's like, just been playing games like that. So he's a reformed. So there's a path to salvation for your.
So
for
he's
your
never
kid.
heard like the Super Mario Brothers theme song.
Well, he's heard that. I mean, come on. He's with my sister, so he's heard all the Nintendo stuff. She's very into Nintendo, like I am, probably because of me. But she wouldn't let that fly. So,
I think
yes.
for me, I think it's really just. I want to say Clubhouse games with solitaire, just because that music was so repetitive. Because I played it for like 1,000 hours.
That it
See
makes
House
perfect sense.
Cheese.
It wasn't.
But I play that while listening to other game soundtracks, like Kentucky Route Zero songs and stuff like that.
It wasn't racing games for me. It was the few sports games that I play, like golf games. Like I'm playing everybody's golf hot shots right now, and I gave the soundtrack a try. And as I would say, with all the other hot shots games, the soundtrack is bad. So I eventually turned it off, and I'm just listening to the sounds of the game. I thought you might have brought up the other one that I do with Smash Brothers. I listened to Smash Brothers music for a very long time, but when like it would be us playing games, if we were playing my copy of the game, it would always have the music off.
Which is funny because
with music off. I don't know. It helps me.
Part of the things
zone
that
in
you
better
unlock in that game are tracks of
music
the
tracks, right.
tracks of the.
Yeah, I do
soundtrack.
listen to the soundtrack. I have nothing against it. It's a great soundtrack. But when I'm like really playing real life people, I have the music off.
Here, I got another branch off this question too. So I've played
A branch like
I haven't
a
done
lime
it.
tree branch.
I haven't done it
Calm down, Rich.
in a while. But I used to play. There was times when I was playing Fortnite, and I would just play with like random people in squads or like big team battle or whatever. And I've had to mute people because they had music blaring over the open mic, and I'm like, how can you play that number? Because I don't do that. I'm like, how can you play like that? Number one, and then number two, I was like, don't you know that everyone can? No one else wants to hear your music while they're trying to like play a game.
Yeah, again, if
like,
you want to listen to
common
music, that's
courtesy.
fine. But yeah, to blast it over the microphone for everybody else to hear is insanity to me. Like that's crazy. I don't know how you do that. But yeah, I think most of us who play games online or have played games online have experienced that, and much worse online. So yeah, it's just online is the Wild West when it comes to that stuff. That's one of the things I wrote about. I also wrote about gaming before bed, which I know for a fact two people at this table do because we play Fortnite together and then you go to bed.
That's my time. That is my free time when I have to play video games now, is a couple hours before I go to bed. That's the only time I get to play.
So I was talking about people getting into a routine where they play something before they go to bed. Like I know people will play stuff on their phone, or they'll play a round of Balatro or two on their Switch and then go to sleep, or just, little idle clickers or stuff like that they play before they go to bed. So I was writing about that to see what people play, if they have some sort of routine of gaming before they go to bed. And like I said, I know yours do, and I know Lube's Nikki Hill.
I haven't really been playing games much lately. So, I mean,
have you played games and gone to bed?
Well, there's definitely been times where I've been playing. I happened here playing a game and falling asleep while I'm playing, which still blows my mind.
I don't play like in bed. Like I'm not in bed, and I don't like play a mobile game or anything like that. Like I play in the living room, and then I'll go get ready for bed and then go to bed.
I've definitely played stuff. I haven't gotten into a routine overall, but I've gotten into routines with specific games where I have played them on the Switch or played them on my phone while like laying down on the couch and then going to bed. So I've been there. It just depends on what it is. It's got to be something that's like not demanding at all and something that doesn't need like precision skills or something like, something like a Balatro where you could just, you're not, you just touch things and whatever you play.
Like
you don't
for
have
the most
to
part,
focus
it would be
hard.
Solitaire or Tetris or
Tetris. Yes. People brought up Tetris.
Something, but even Tetris, like,
there's a while, I have that, I don't know where it is now, but I had that little business card version of Tetris.
Yeah.
There was a while there where I would play one round on that right before I went to sleep just to see how far I could make it. Cause you go and then you top out when when the board fills up. And then I was like, oh, all right, now I'm ready for bed. I don't know. It's just a routine I got in for a while, man. That was a long time ago, but I was doing that.
It's probably a much
regularly.
better routine than doom scrolling, right?
Yes, it probably is.
Did you know you can play Tetris for free on Tetris.com?
Thank you, Josh. Yes, I do know that. Thank you.
Can I play it before bed, Josh? I got to bring my whole PC to bed.
Did you know you can win money just for playing Tetris?
That's a way that I want to go to sleep.
$5,000 is on the line tonight.
Lay my
Tetris
head
Prime Time.
on a pillow of $5,001 bills.
Monetize those dreams. I also talked about Hollow Knight Silk Song and the discussion about difficulty, which I am going to talk about more later. I haven't played Silk Song. I will play Silk Song at some point, but I'm going to talk about that more later. So we'll get into it, but very quickly, I'll say that people are talking about Silk Song being very difficult and complaining online that it's too difficult and getting lots of pushback for being extremely difficult. And the developers are releasing a patch that will address the difficulty. So it's been a lot of pushback, and it's an interesting conversation because,
that hasn't happened yet.
I don't think the patch has come out yet. No, because I believe I would know because I would probably post the patch notes about it. So unless it happened today, I don't know.
Okay.
Or I don't believe so. Why?
Because
patch is live, says Nintendo. Okay. There you go.
Yeah. All right. That's what I heard, that there was like an easier way to play it, or like a way to play it easier, or you could just the same way.
Yeah, there are mods. There are mods to make it easier, or get good, as the internet says. Yes, there were mods that made it easier. But it's an interesting conversation to have because when something like Bloodborne or Dark Souls or Elden Ring, E-Ring Elden R comes out, there aren't calls for it to be easier. Right. People are like they it's just not expected to be easier.
Also,
but
Hollow Knight was,
I guess,
not necessarily. It wasn't easy.
No,
the game was challenging,
I would say it wasn't
right?
easy.
Like,
yeah, people had a conversation about the game being challenging. Yeah, we've had people on our Patreon talk about how they spent. I want to say someone on Patreon said it literally took them years. Not every day over the years, but 2 years worth of attempts at a specific boss fight to make their way through it, and they just only recently got through that boss fight. So yes, there are people who have said Hollow Knight is very challenging.
Everybody gets in a funk with games every now. Like there's some things where it's like, for whatever reason you just can't do it.
But
and it might be easy for everybody else, but it's like you just get stuck on it. And then I think the more you like focus on it, the more like frustrating it is when you can't beat it.
Yeah.
And then
you gotta like step away for a bit.
Yeah. Pull out the old cool wet rag.
The conversation with Silk Song has been surprising to me because there are so many people talking about it being far too difficult, and I was like, man, I would have never expected that coming from this.
Easy, normal, hard, like you can't.
I don't believe so. No, I think it's just one and done.
I wouldn't be surprised if so much time passed and so much hype for the new game has been brewing that people just forgot how difficult the original was.
Well, that's another thing.
A difficult game.
There's great discussion about it on our Discord where people were saying that people have continued to play Hollow Knight to find secrets, to do speed runs and all that. And they've had 7 years of muscle memory from Hollow Knight, and Silk Song plays differently in in a decent number of ways. So people are finding it more difficult now because they're so used to a regular Hollow Knight.
And then I was like, oh, that's not working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I've gotten plenty of TikToks of people playing Silk Song and like raging over it and having like fits about it being too difficult. So it's out there. I also wrote about expectations for did you want to say something? I'm sorry.
No.
What's Jules watch them think?
I don't. You want me to text him right now? I'll text him.
I don't know. Is he the guy that couldn't get into the Metroid room? And
no, you're bringing up somebody who's bad. You're bringing up the God of War creator, David Jaffe.
Oh, it was the J that got me.
Yes, Jules and Jaffe. Yes.
Forgive me, Jules.
David Jaffe didn't know how to play Metroid and never. There was like he couldn't figure out where to go
and said bad things about the game.
But that's his shtick. I talked about Mario's 40th anniversary and your expectations for what Nintendo
today,
would do. Happy 40th anniversary, Mario. That is today. Yes. But we don't need to talk about expectations anymore because now we know. And we'll talk about that later.
Happy 40th, Chris Pratt, Mario.
That's right. Stomping Koopas. I also talked about... that's right, Radical Defect. He says, Jules literally made a Get Good game and put me in it. It's true. The people do find Mutant Mud's Super Challenge to be super challenging.
What is Get Good?
Take the challenging. Get Good means get good.
Like
it's been like internet.
Playing. Like, yeah.
It's like it's a hard game
for a long time. When people
hard,
complain about
just
something being bad or being difficult, you respond
practice.
with get good, but spelled specifically like that.
Right.
Yeah,
like
you can't
need
spell
more
it right.
practice.
Right. Okay.
It's not enough time.
Can't spell it right because it is quicker for online talk, but also because it lets people know you are making fun of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because if
you're
you say
dumb.
get good, that's just mean, but it's not snarky mean. You got to be snarky mean. I also talked about Blippo Plus, Nikki Hill. I don't know what you would think about this game.
I like the name already.
Game, quote unquote, you would hate it.
Is it a platformer?
But I would be very interested to see what you think of it. So Blippo is available on the Play Date right now. Blippo Plus is coming to Switch, I want to say the 23rd. It is basically, this is the best way I can explain it. It's like a modern day equivalent of scrolling through cable access TV channels. That's what it is. It's like a simulation of that with like a whole bunch of like very low budget fake TV shows and specials and stuff. And like you scroll through like this very weird channel tuner to find random channels that are live. They're not actually live, but you flip to the channel and you see it's airing some weird thing. And as you scan through the scanner more, you find more weird channels and shows and whatever. So it's like cable access TV. It reminds me a lot of the early days of Nickelodeon with like, you can't do that on television, that style programming where it's like, put together on a shoestring budget, but still enjoyable. It's like,
is it a game? It's not a game.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
it's TV content.
It's as much as
a video game VHS of a bunch of different things that you can
like.
scroll
I'm not
through.
here to don't ask me if it's a game because I'm not here to debate if it's a game or not. That's for you to decide. It's like it's like it's not a traditional game genre. Certainly, no, you wouldn't call it like a platform or anything like that. It's a digital experience. It's like I don't know how much you call a visual novel a game in your mind, but yeah, it's an experimental.
But is there like an arc? That's what
I haven't played it yet. I do not know. Is there like a story that runs throughout the whole thing that you can connect? Maybe. I don't know. I have not played it yet. But not surprisingly, I'm all about it. I'm very excited for it. I didn't even know it existed until Blippo Plus was announced, and I was gonna get it for the Play Date. But then they see Blippo Plus is coming to the Switch, so I was like, I'll get it on Switch.
That wasn't announced in the Direct.
No, this was announced like 4 weeks ago at some indie event. But yeah, I'd be really curious for you to like watch a trailer and see what you think of it. But
I mean, I saw pieces of the trailer now, didn't hear it.
It's
I know how
very
we feel about that.
Hearing
is believing
is definitely part of the experience. But yeah, it's very lo-fi, very like it harkens back to like the FMV days on the Sega CD. Just when we had CDs and game developers were like, we could use this to do footage of real people. And everybody was like, well, how do you turn that into the game? And they were like, we don't know. So it's kind of like what's going on here. Obviously, they're not called full motion video games anymore, but I'm an old man, so that's how it is. There's plenty of live action games with recorded footage now that exist that play much better and are award winning and amazing experiences. But they use live action video to tell the story, and gameplay works in different ways. But back in the Sega CD day, you had Sewer Shark and I can't remember the name.
Night Trap.
No, Night Trap. Yes, exactly.
the
There's the
one with
zombie
Christopher
one.
Walken.
Yes, you're exactly right. Yes, and I can't remember the name of that either. What's the
Nice and
zombie
hot.
one?
Can you believe what is this?
He's got
This guy's
he's got balls dragging around on the floor. So
That-
they
he's
pick
got
up gum on the
balls
floor.
So big.
Hi, Darmani. Hi,
Scraping
Tall Show.
gum off the
Oh, yeah,
sidewalk.
Yeah, PC had that for a little bit too, like Command and Conquer.
And
right?
listen to
Did
the
that
two of
have,
us doing-
Tim
Yes,
Curry?
Command and
Spot
Conquer.
on, Christopher Walken.
Command and Conquer doesn't use live action video as gameplay mechanics, but it does have live action video. You're exactly right. Of Tim
Command
Curry. There you go, right there in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Tall Show. I meant to bring that up. Tall Show says he's watching a live stream of a full motion video game right now. Dead Reset. Dead Reset is brand new. It just came out, but the game uses actual recorded footage to tell its story. So, yeah, that very much still exists and is a thing. And I love that it is. And I love that that genre has come back because now indie developers mostly are like, hey, we know how to use this and make a fun game out of it. So that's what they're doing. Yes, Tentavision, I see GIFs twice. I can confirm.
Civ 2 actually had
Yes.
that too. They had like advisors that you could click on. It would be like live action people like
Yes.
telling you how you're.
Yes,
and
yes,
that was
yes.
the only Civ that ever did that.
I want to say one of the Sim Cities had it too.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe I don't remember. But yes, they're
Civ's
back in the
Civ.
day when they were trying to figure out how to use CDs or what to do with the extra storage. A lot of games on the computer would do that. They'd throw in like real life footage because
Yeah.
they could. They're like, we got so much storage space and we could do this, and this is something we haven't
thought-
seen in
I
games
used to thought it
before.
was
So
the
back
coolest
then it was
thing
really
ever,
cool. Yeah.
because they'd have like the characters would be like the same guy. Well, there'd be like 5 different guys, but like as you progress through the era, like let's say your military advisor, like in the ancient times, he would be like dressed in like a toga
Yes.
or whatever. But then like every time you cross into a new era, his clothing is like his costume would change to like match the era.
Yeah.
So like by the end of the game, he was like the same character, but now he's like in a in a World War II like military uniform and stuff like that.
Yes,
coolest
I'm
thing.
with you. I'm still like tickled by that kind of stuff. And I know I shouldn't be because games, I have no problems doing that stuff nowadays. But we grew up in an era, NES or early computer days where that was not possible and you did not see that. Like, I remember being wowed by Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy on the NES because it had voiced dialogue in it because even though the cartridges could only hold so little, there was so little going on with the actual game. It's just like, here's a static board and a whole bunch of text for a question and maybe a screen with characters on it, and that was it. So they had room to work with, and they could put in like Vanna White saying things or Alex Trebek saying things, and it was like pretty I was going between the two shows. But they didn't get Pat. I specifically said that because Pat, he recorded lines, but apparently he was very stingy with it. And Vanna had no problem doing it. So Vanna would talk on more of the games than Pat would.
But Jeopardy was just like a weird cartoon thing. It wasn't Alex Trebek.
They got Alex eventually. They didn't have his likeness in the game. So you either got somebody that didn't look like Alex Trebek at all with some random person voicing it, or you got Alex Trebek voice with no character at all. So I don't know what his thing was either. But anyway.
Too old. Didn't understand video games.
It's true, and they decided that they would never learn them. So, now eventually, they became the norm. Like I want to say on the Wii, that Wheel of Fortune has Pat and Vanna voicing their stuff in it. And there were Price is Right games where they weren't taking Bob Barker because forget it, he didn't know what the hell a video game was, so they have just random people reading it, or like Rich Fields at the time, who was doing the announcing on that show, would do it. And I'm like, well, at least they got somebody from the Price is Right. So who the hell is going to explain a video game to Bob Barker? He's too busy harassing women or whatever, or being dead.
Or neutering.
Personally,
he
spaying
did
and neutering the
I
animals.
didn't realize that.
That's great. That's a little known reason why he left the show. It wasn't because he was too old. It was because he was doing those backstage
He took a sick pleasure
operations.
in it.
That's right. That's right. Remember, have your pets spayed or neutered, because if you don't, I will come do it for you. So I talked about that. I also talked about favorite video game commercials. Because I said, again, as an old person, in the very early days, seeing a video game commercial
We had the best ones.
was very
man.
few and far between. Like, you didn't really see a lot of NES game commercials. It may be first party Nintendo stuff, but outside of that, it was very rare, and you would see them not often, and specifically on children's programming. Nowadays, it's different. You see game commercials all the time, but I was saying, what are some of your favorite game commercials? from
Sega
back in the
does
day?
what Nintendo don't.
Genesis does 16-bit graphics.
Yeah,
Did
it
we
was-
ever? Did we
Remember
actually
that
have
one?
the?
It was showing like
Oh, I
Mario
remember it.
Kart. It was like
Tied to the back of two cars. Yes, I remember it.
With the TV tied.
Did it
to
make
the
me
back?
angry? Yes. Am I still angry? Yes. Yeah, because it was like an old jalopy with like a grandma TV on the back playing
Yeah.
Super Mario Kart, and then like a sports car with, I guess, Sonic on the back with his blast processing. And I was like, I can't. I would change the channel when that came on. It made me so mad. I still would.
And
damn
then
it.
there was that Legend of Zelda one where they're like dancing. And
What-
there was, like,
did
the
we
giant
get that
pig
on televisions, or
costume.
did we only see that after the fact?
Oh no, I saw that many times back in the day because I used to watch that game show in the morning with the Velcro suit where you'd stick video games on it at the end, whatever the name of that show
that
was.
incredible.
You won, and at the end of the show, you were allowed to run through the thing, and whatever games you could stick to your body, you kept. They showed that commercial.
How do we
during
not
that show all
remember
the
that
time.
the name of that? That should be the like at the forefront because that was incredible to me. That like the,
Yes,
just
I
the
woke up
video games-
early on
oh my
Saturday
God.
mornings to see that. I want to say it was on at like 7:30 or
Yeah,
7,
so-
and I got up just to see.
So
that
I
show.
definitely saw that commercial all the time then too because I remember it.
And they played like the like the typical like fart tuba horn noise where it's like brr, 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 as like the Super Nintendo's puttering down the road. Yeah. Roth remembers the game show too. We just don't know the name of it.
I can't remember any other commercials. But I remember all those Genesis does what Nintendo.
No, wait. You're still
commercials.
talking about the car one? I was asking about the Legend of Zelda dancing one.
He said that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we got that one. That's what you were talking
That
about?
is a Japanese commercial.
Right. So we didn't. That's what I was saying. We didn't
I'm
get
sorry, I
that until later in
misunderstood.
life.
Oh, okay.
We did not
But
see
we
that
had the
until the
internet to
internet.
watch it.
Yes,
We
but
had,
there's
like,
like
But
Paul
people
Rudd
dancing in a
commercial.
puppet one. And we got Paul
I don't
Rudd,
remember
yes.
that one. except
That I
for
remember
now.
because like I remember Super Nintendo coming out and being really excited
But
for that and
the-
seeing like F-Zero up on the screen and him moving around. I very much
The one that
remember.
was it
Yes, 10 Division Dark Gary
Phantom
always
Choo-Choo,
counts.
maybe? Is that the one that was on the subway?
Yes,
That one was really
That's
good.
a cool commercial where
I
you see
remember
people in the
that being,
reflections.
like-
That's a great one.
I
I'm getting
remember that
goosebumps from
being
That's
like
a great commercial.
that was like a return to like storytelling in a commercial where
Yes.
it was like a short film almost.
That is you're right. That's a really cool commercial. Another Zelda commercial that I was so mad about. My mom and my sister back in the day were like, "Did you see the commercial for the new Zelda?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "Yeah, we didn't have the internet, so you couldn't see it." It was for Oracle of Ages and Seasons, and they were like computer graphic commercials, and they were like, "It's so cool." And they're like, "Link's doing this," and I could never see it. And I'd be like, "If you see it, call me. Like, I'll run into the room." And I remember running in and seeing like the last second of it where it was like on Game Boy. I'm like, "No, come on!" I'm gonna look up the
Television makes a
commercial.
good point too. The Robin Williams one.
Yes, those were really cool
Robin
commercials.
and Zelda.
Oracle of Ages commercial. One of my favorites, unfortunately, not for a great game, is the Metroid Other M commercial, which was the live action one with Samus like walking through her history, where she's like seeing herself as a child, and she's walking like she sees herself fighting Ridley, and like I was like, oh, it's such a cool commercial. I was like, this is going to be the best game in the world, and then the game was like,
You should have had whoever did the commercial make the game.
Right? That commercial is forever one of my favorite Nintendo commercials. I was like, this is amazing because it was like unlike any other commercial that Nintendo did. I put the commercial in for the Oracle of Ages or Seasons, which was a really cool
8-bit Lego mentioned the Wario one where he's got the hypnotizing eyes.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Is that
one.
6
I
golden
remember
coins
that
in?
a lot.
or-
That was
Mario
brought
must
up.
destroy
That was
Mario.
brought up
Wario
on
Land.
Patreon where somebody said that, and I said that's one of the very few commercials to this day I still quote. Yeah, that was
Mario
Six
is
Golden
your
Coins.
enemy.
Yeah.
They had a new character to introduce, and that
Yeah.
commercial did its
Why
job.
is this happening?
'Cause
When
I remember
people
as a
post
little-
GIFs, it's coming.
It's
up
coming
little.
straight from the Discord. Something's up.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I remember being not like actually pissed, but kind of annoyed, being like, "Who's this son of a bitch that's trying to stop
Yeah.
Mario?"
Yeah, I was kind of annoyed at Wario too. I
You're
never got
fine,
to play any of
Division.
those
There it
games.
is.
so-
There it is. Thank you, 8-bit. There it is. Yes,
Man,
that
look
will
at
stick
that,
in my
though.
head. That's back when commercials did hand-drawn animation.
Look at that.
There was
Is that
a
on the ones?
man. I remember
That
one
looks like
crazy.
it's on the
Twos.
ones to me. Yeah. That
Yeah,
looks
his
like it's on
eyes.
the
When
ones.
his eyes do that green
Yeah.
thing, that's what I remember.
Yeah.
But,
Oh,
And how many of us bought the game?
well, not me.
or had somebody buy the game for us. It
I
worked.
had it.
Hypnotize
I
your
mean,
audience.
I'm not a good example
didn't
because,
have
of
it.
course, I was going to have it. But
You know what else one I really like? This is for the very first Smash Brothers. They would be
that was brought up on
so
Patreon.
happy together,
Yep.
and you see them, and then they're all like beating each other up. at
That's
the
one
end.
of
That was a
Nintendo's
good one.
most iconic commercials, without a doubt. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
brought up a lot on Patreon. That's one that a lot of people look very fondly back on. That was a crazy commercial for Nintendo at the time. And
Yeah.
now we know that the guy that was in the Yoshi suit almost died because of it,
Oh, I
because
didn't
he
know
was
that.
in a pool and like it got watered down and like it waterlogged and he was struggling to get out of the pool. And someone was like,
He's a
parts of the
really
story
great
are
actor.
wrong, but I know the Yoshi guy was struggling and was in trouble, and someone there was like, oh, maybe they're dying and we should get them out of the pool. So 10 division, the
If only
pool
there was
might not
if
have
only there were an apple tree nearby, he could have pulled himself out.
the pool might not have been in part of the Smash Brothers commercial, but it was the Yoshi costume from the Smash Brothers commercial that was used in another commercial. So someone almost gave their life for a Nintendo commercial. But yes, I wrote about old commercials, and obviously we all still remember them very well. And there are plenty of game commercials nowadays, but I don't know. I can't think of one where I'm like, that's a really cool commercial. They're all mostly just like, here's gameplay footage and
Yeah,
now the game.
They don't do like gimmicky commercial style anymore. It's
Well, I
more
was
just
a big
like
fan
here's
of
Crash Bandicoot. He had some good commercials way back. And,
Where he was making fun of Mario standing outside of Nintendo's headquarters with his megaphone,
Yeah,
yelling at him to come
yeah.
out and saying,
They
"Your
had-
days are numbered, plumber."
they had
Are they,
nothing.
Crash? Are they?
It's funny they had nothing to do but like bash Nintendo, Sega, and PlayStation, I guess, with those.
It's
Or maybe it was Namco Bandai.
Back then it was just PlayStation and Naughty Dog. If you aim for the king, you better not miss, and they missed.
this is still old, kind of relatively, I guess. It's not a new commercial, but we would like to play. Those were
That
great
was
spots.
also brought up on Patreon, and that's a very iconic
that's-
marketing stint
yeah.
for Nintendo, without a doubt. That was a big deal then, and those guys were in those commercials for at least
And now
a couple
there's
years.
their ads are like, we would like to take your money, I think they say.
No, they do. They don't have like a slogan
We
right
want
now,
you to
but they
pay.
are
Is where it
very.
went from.
Nintendo hasn't really left that era of Wii advertising because it really works for them, where they do live action commercials all the time and they show people playing their games. So Nintendo's spots are still, compared to the industry at large, very different, because Nintendo focuses, I'm going to say, at least 50-50 on show the people playing and show the game. They do spots that are just the game, but yeah, just I want to say a week ago, they had a live action spot showing off Donkey Kong Bonanza. And what was it? There was a spot for the Switch that was maybe a couple years ago, or maybe not even, where there was a guy, it became a whole big thing. It was an Australian ad for the Switch where I want to say a guy was playing Breath of the Wild, and it was about like him living a depressing life, basically, although they didn't say that, where he was just like, he would get home late and wouldn't see his wife because he'd just like kiss her and she'd go to bed, and he'd wake up early and have to go back to work, and he was like stressed out. So his ride home on the train was him playing his Switch, and like you see him like smiling, and it was like, this is so nice and also so depressing, because everybody's like, that's my life. I go to work, I hardly have time to see my family, I get home really late, I eat, I go to bed, and then I travel to get to work again. This is horrible.
And now you got to work even more because the games are more expensive.
It got to the point where the guy that did the commercial did multiple interviews to talk about it because it reached so far and wide. So there you go.
Is he okay?
No, he's not. I'm sorry.
No.
Well, some people work that life so they don't have to see their wife.
Well, he said the most upsetting part
But he
was they
wanted
didn't-
to.
they
He
didn't-
wanted
they don't
to.
have buy a Switch.
That Sonic Adventure 2 commercial where an evil little hedgehog rips a guy to pieces. Yes, I remember that. Obviously, we didn't talk about that whole thing with Sega, where the guy screaming Sega in their commercials. That was a huge thing. Sega. Oh, the whole reason. This is great. Yeah, they still do that in some online spots. They've done it in a couple commercials recently, but that's the whole reason I wrote this post. Sega has a new online commercial for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I don't think the spot's going to air on TV. I think it's web only, but it is filmed in a style of a 90s local commercial. And it's really good, and it's really funny, and it's very old school Sega. Let me see if I can find it. Sonic Cross Worlds. What's the guy's name? World. But it's the whole reason I
Eggman?
posted about this. There it is. I got it. It's so cheesy, but it's, there's plenty of people or companies that try and like channel that cheesy era of commercials or TV, but they miss the mark. Like it looks the part, but it
Oh.
doesn't sound right. Sega put this spot together, an infomercial. They're calling it King Donnie Auto Group, talking about the cars in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and it's perfect. It's like green screen and a guy in a really half-assed costume. It's very funny. Go check it out. But,
That's funny.
that's
and-
the whole reason
and-
I started doing this.
And
post.
then I forgot, but my favorite, I think those other ones were really good, but my all-time favorite commercial for a video game was with Fred Savage, that commercial they did. It was called The Wizard.
Yeah, like a 80 minute commercial.
Yeah. Right? Because that's what it was. Like it was like the build up, and kind of the purpose of that movie was just to show off Super Mario, like footage from Super Mario
It's
3.
a great question, and it's one I'm surprised I haven't like looked into to find out like how much of that was a movie studio wanting to do that movie and the marketing came to them, or it was a marketing thing first and a movie was made from it. I honestly don't know,
Yeah.
but it's very clear. I think that movie's good. I legit think I don't
It
think it's
is.
great,
I mean,
but I think
it's-
it's like a fun,
got
endearing
heart.
movie. Yeah,
It's got
I think
heart.
it's good.
By the way, completely unrelated, but congratulations to Sean Astin on
The
being voted
SAG leader. Yeah.
the Screen Actors
So
Guild
wait,
president.
was the nanny the president before?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
Fran
she's out.
Drescher's been like
Yeah,
forever.
he's
she
in?
was,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Good
you know what
for
he
him.
said? He said his
Good for him.
first speech. He said, this is our time.
Oh,
Our time.
I was going to go the
down
other way.
here."
He
I was gonna
kind of
say-
did say that though in the real, like not that.
Oh, I
I
didn't see
didn't
what he
even
said.
see.
I was going to go the other way and say he said, "Now that's how I became the nanny of SAG. That's how I became the nanny."
Yeah, I think
He
he
said,
said.
"Where's
I
the potatoes?"
think his official words were, "Everybody wants to celebrate, and I appreciate that, but this isn't the time to celebrate. It's time to get to work."
Oh, okay. I
Man.
mean, I don't know a bad thing about the guy. I really like him, and he
Really
seems
is.
like
He's
someone
great.
who is a good fit for that role. I hope he does well, but I know that role also eats you alive. Like people really in that industry. Really.
any being in the public like that now, especially unions. It's,
Yep. Well, we wish him well.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see him bounce back from his death in, I won't spoil it just in case you haven't seen it.
Goonies.
Goonies. Yep. That's the extended cut.
God.
That octopus gets him at the end. And then the last thing I talked about was the Virtual Boy. Why am I talking about it? Well, let's use this as a
I never saw
segue
that
right
octopus in the
into-
version that I saw, like when I was a kid. That was a
I
surprise
originally
to
did
me.
not see that version.
DVD only.
Yeah, like it came much later. It was.
You know what though?
I
On
saw
the
it, like,
regular
res-
theatrical version when they're on the beach, they're talking about the octopus, but it was cut from the movie, so you don't know what the
Mm.
hell he's talking about unless you see the DVD version.
Oh.
I saw it restored on like TBS or TNT
Yeah,
or something. That's
something.
where I originally saw it. Finally. Yes. I don't know how much regular top stories we'll be doing today because, as you know, the rumors, once again, were true. There was a Nintendo Direct, and we are going to do a full-on
Oh,
recap
what is
because
that something important or something?
it is.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, the biggest thing that they said is look out for another Nintendo Direct about Kirby Air Riders.
it's not a Nintendo Direct. It's a
Isn't-
Direct.
Isn't Kirby Air Ride
By
Kirby
who?
Air
20
Riders
years
Direct.
old? Like,
Kirby
on
Air
the
Ride is the
GameCube?
GameCube game. We are finally getting a sequel, Kirby Air Riders.
I played Kirby Air Ride back in the day. It was fun.
Well, Sakurai's back and making a new one.
I'm not going to play the new one.
But it's
You don't have to
spelled
switch to
Air
it, you can't.
Riders with an S, not with a Z.
That is correct. I think we're
Like, what's
past
the
the Z
point?
era unless you're Ubisoft. Then you
Oh.
still do it. Yes,
Prince
the
of
era of the
Persia.
edgy
Ubisoft.
Z.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft doesn't want to be
Ubisoft.
edgy anymore because
Ooh.
edge means something different now.
Just like
So that's why
every
they dropped
word,
it.
every
Every
letter
letter
is
is
a
a
Z.
Z.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
10 Division. It's
Zzz.
not a Nintendo Direct. It's a Kirby Air Riders Direct because we have a Nintendo Direct, which means regular thing. We have a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, which is a different thing. We have an Indie World Showcase, which isn't called a Direct at all. And then we have game-specific Directs. So it is a Direct, and it is Nintendo's Direct. But to, what do you call it? Be picky,
Splitting hairs.
Split hairs. It's not a Nintendo.
It's a Nintendo Indirect.
It's a direct put on by Nintendo.
They should be a little more direct with these instructions.
Now, in the real, now, truthfully, I don't actually care, and I'm just joking around.
I think you do. I think it's eating you up inside.
Promise.
Water or something?
I don't care if you call it a Nintendo Direct or a Direct or something else altogether. I honestly don't care. But when I write about it, I will write about it as Nintendo has named it. But personally, I do not care. So yes, there was a Nintendo Direct, and we will go through it piece by piece in the order. Well, I'll say mostly in the order that it was shown because there's some pieces in part. Whatever. We'll see what happens.
Can I open these Oreos? I'm gonna need a snack.
9.
I'm gonna need a snack to get through this.
Yeah,
Nothing like someone on Nintendo podcast not being excited to recap a Direct.
they're like double stuff too.
With Oreo.
Look
Apparently,
at
everybody
that.
wanted to know
You
what I
brought
have
them.
to say. So
Pick that Oreo.
Yeah, everyone.
All right.
Nintendo.
No, I got too much to talk about. I'll say
Smells
this.
Oreo
great.
has finally done it. They're Oreo stuffed Oreos.
So you guys know who aren't watching the video, Lou brought, as he always does, he brings cookies. He brought Biscoff, which are just excellent, but he brought Oreo loaded, and the Oreo is loaded with cookies and cream Oreo. So it's just an Oreo with Oreo in it. But there you go. The inception of Oreo. All right. So the Direct started off with none other than Shigeru Miyamoto to announce, as we already knew was happening, the 40th anniversary of the Super Mario Brothers franchise, which started on September 13th, today, 1985. So what did we get? We got all kinds of celebrations and announcements related to the 40th anniversary of Mario. First, we learned that, which makes people very happy, minus price, because price always is a thing, but very happy because people were clamoring for this. Super Mario Galaxy is coming to the Switch, as is Super Mario Galaxy 2. We got Super Mario Galaxy on the original Switch with in the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, but we did not get Galaxy 2. Now we are getting Galaxy 1 and 2. And yes, if you play them on the Switch 2, they will be 4K restored. So you'll see them in a resolution you've never seen before. So look forward to that. And there's other things in there as well. But these are releasing for the original Switch as well. So you can play them on either platform. They are $40 digitally a piece, or you can get a digital bundle for $70, or you can get a physical bundle with both games as well, which I believe is still $70. So those are your options. Nintendo said nothing about these being limited. So it seems like these are just being released and here to stay, because as again, you may remember, Super Mario 3D All-Stars was a limited release. So no worries about rushing out to have to get these two games. You can get them whenever you please once they launch, whenever that is. I don't remember. October 2nd, they are coming out. So there you go. If you'd like to revisit You Are Mr. Gay, then you can revisit both those games.
Oh,
And if you don't, that's right. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's not being mean. It's an old internet meme, joke, and conspiracy theory about the letters in Super Mario Galaxy. Look it up on your own time. Also, yes. So this is the strangest series of events. On GoNintendo, I post rumors, but there are certain things I don't post because I'm like, this is too strange, or I can't verify this in any way, or I don't feel comfortable sharing this. There was a rumor, I'm going to say maybe almost 2 months ago, at least a month and a half ago, about the new Mario movie being titled the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I was like, okay, whatever. I could see that being named. It was the problem. The problem was the source of it. The source of the rumor was Old
Michaels.
Spice. Apparently, Old Spice was going to have 2 or 3,
Spots,
what do they call? It's not deodorant,
Scents?
but it's just, scents, but it's just like a
Cologne?
body
Aftershave?
spray, body spray.
You said Old Spice, and I
And you
immediately
thought-
thought of Spice Girls, and I was like, "Which one is Old Spice? I don't remember."
They're old.
I was
Spice
going to say,
now.
They're all
jokes
on
on
there,
them,
yeah.
all of them. It leaked, a picture leaked of supposed Old Spice scents tied to the Mario movie that was coming out, and the cans said the Super Mario Galaxy movie on them. And I was like, why would these cans already be made? This movie's not coming out until 2026 spring. How would marketing leak like this? This is so crazy. Then 24 hours before this direct, Procter & Gamble, which owns Old Spice, somebody went searching through their recent trademark applications, and they were in there for the scents that were on these cans. And I was like, son of a bitch, this is going to turn out to be real. And it was. So a month and a half ago, we could have known, or some of you did know, if you read all like the message board and Reddit stuff, you knew that the name of the movie was going to be the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So it turned out to be true, but we got a confirmation on that. And we already knew the date. It's whatever. I don't know. April 3rd, 2026. I think that sounds right.
April 20th, probably.
But it is.
I feel like it's classic Nintendo like titling situation where it's just like the first movie was the Super Mario Brothers movie, right?
Yeah.
And now it's the Super Mario Galaxy movie. It's just like
the next one will be Super Mario Sunshine movie.
The Super Mario Sunshine movie. Like,
well, do you want to bring that point up?
Those.
Oh, I saw a TikTok that I sent to RMC that was funny. It was just the meme of Shia LaBeouf like in a suit clapping and then standing up to give a round like a standing ovation, and it was like at the end of the Super Mario Galaxy movie when Mario says, "Boy, I need a vacation," and Peach says, "I know just the place," and then they play like, and then in the background the Super Mario, like the Super Mario Sunshine song is playing.
I said to do. If that's not how this movie ends, then it's gonna suck.
It's way funnier when you see it in TikTok form than when it's described to you.
I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
By the way, because I know people are going to ask, if you wanted to know, the two Old Spice scents are
Baby and
Vanilla
Ginger?
Sounds Desert Detour and Smashed Fruit Brooklyn Bounce. The desert one has Luigi on it, and the Brooklyn one has Yoshi on it. Because as we know, spoiler alert, from the first Mario movie, we see a Yoshi egg down in the sewers of Brooklyn. So that's where Yoshi's born, in the sewers, in the dump. And Luigi, I guess, loves the desert.
Is Terry Crews going to be in this new movie?
Oh,
it would only make sense.
There's a character I'm sure he could play. Make him a Charging Chuck. Whatever.
Yeah.
We've had worse casting. Chris
he
Pratt
was
as
a
Mario.
football player.
Chris Pratt as Mario as Garfield. Was he? Oh, well, then it makes perfect
Or
sense.
maybe Terry Crews can be Rosalina.
Sure, why not? So yes, the movie was confirmed, and we got the date, and everybody's returning for it. Blah 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 blah. We also got the reveal of a new sports game for Switch 2, Mario Tennis Fever, new in the tennis series. Obviously, now does Nintendo break this down part by
Mario
part?
tennis game next. We got it.
I want to see if they have.
It's Mario, and he plays tennis.
There's a story mode.
Yes, that was the big
that.
thing about this. Yes, I really don't care about any sports games, even if Mario is in them, minus golf. I just have a thing for golf. But when they showed that Mario Tennis Fever has an adventure mode in it, I was like, okay, now I will play this. Now I know, like,
I'm sorry.
Because, like, if I'm going to get a Mario Tennis game, then I'm going to be playing against the computer tennis, just singles, doubles, whatever, and then that's going to be all there is to it. Maybe some challenges in there, which this game also has. But knowing there's an adventure mode with a story, yes, then I want to play that. Then there's something for a single player person to be like, okay, I could pick this up, it'd be worth my time.
I also love that the when you see the stadium that they're playing in from like the outside in the very beginning, it's a giant tennis racket. Pretty cool.
It's true. So those are the selling points: adventure mode and tennis racket shaped arena. And something happens where all the Mario characters, as in Mario, Luigi, and their I don't want to say significant others, their princesses, they get turned into babies, and I don't know, that has to get fixed. And apparently Donkey Kong looks like he's going to be the caretaker of all the babies, which makes sense because he was recently doing that in Bananza. Not that Rosalina is a baby, or not that Pauline is a baby in that game, but she is a kid. I don't. Okay, just trying to figure out how to do this. Let me see if I can skip that. They broke it down in a weird way. We did that. I apologize. I know this is terrible. Oh, there's more. 2 amiibo figures for Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 are launching next year. Mario and Luma, and Rosalina and Lumas will be
that
available.
other Rosalina thing is pretty cool. Ties into that other stuff that we talked about.
Other
they're doing.
Rosalina thing. We're talking Mario, and that's a perfect.
They're selling an
the
actual storybook of like Rosalina's storybook.
That is really cool. Yeah, I really like that.
Except there's a problem in the game. They're adding more stories to the book, but in the real life book, they're not.
Yeah, I like that because I would want the book to be actually what was in the original game. I'm very curious to see what's the new content of the book in the new game. But if I'm going to have a book, I would like it to represent the actual Super Mario Galaxy, not this whatever. I don't know what they're adding in. Like, I don't know what. Maybe it'll tie to the movie. I'm guessing it has to play off the movie in some way.
So yeah, they don't have to do the movie, the game.
Yeah. So again, for those who don't know, the original Super Mario Galaxy had Rosalina's storybook that told you the story of Rosalina and the Lumas and her life in space and all that stuff. It's a really sweet story. That book is being turned into a real life thing. It's not out yet. It'll be sold through My Nintendo and maybe other places. But in the games being re-released for Switch and Switch 2, as I said, there's 4K resolution, but also Rosalina's storybook is going to have new things added into it. And Nintendo did not say what because they're keeping that a secret. So that like that little tidbit, I'm so annoyed because I was like, that's great that those games are coming out. I know people want them. I'm not going to play them. And then they say it has this storybook content. I'm like, wah. So now I'm probably going to end up playing them.
Just watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, but that doesn't feel right to me. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know. There's too much to play. So yeah, I'm gonna go through the rest of this thing as Nintendo wrote it. So there's gonna be more Mario stuff that comes later, and we will get to that. But here we go. The official breakdown. Boy, they start their press release with how it ended. They announced a brand new Fire Emblem. As you may know, Fire Emblem was pretty much dead. And Nintendo was like, nobody outside of Japan cares about Fire Emblem. You can do one more, and then we don't know what we're going to do with the franchise. So the team made Fire Emblem Awakening, thinking it would be the final Fire Emblem, and they gave it everything they had. And then America and Europe decided we love Fire Emblem, and they bought that game like crazy. And now it has given us the popularity of Fire Emblem right now. It's more popular now than it's ever been. So that's why we have new entries. And the newest is Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. It's coming to Switch
Fire
2.
Emblem, give it up already.
In 2026 is all we know.
Did it work out where it became super popular in America and Europe, and then Japan like hated it,
Mm-mm.
or just like the demographics?
Just everybody has a base appreciation for Fire Emblem right now. And based on what we saw in the trailer, it looks like this is in some ways directly related to Fire Emblem 3 Houses, which was a very popular installment on the Switch. So story-wise, there's some connections going on there, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff we don't know. We just got we got a reveal trailer. We got names of the 4, what it looks like to be main heroes in the game. And that's about it. So it's going to be a while until we hear more about this, but that was a nice announcement to see. I do enjoy Fire Emblem games. I just suck at them. We did that. Okay, we did the amiibo. I'm not calling you out at all, and I seriously mean it. It's just you're going to be one to have a conversation with at this table about this.
Me.
We saw more Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, which we were worried we weren't going to because we're like, this game's supposed to come out 2025. What's going on? We finally got a date. It is coming out this year. It's barely squeaking out this year, but it is this year. December 4th, 2025. So we will have it this year. Remember, this is coming to Switch and Switch 2. Also, remember, on Switch 2, it'll be a much higher resolution and frame rate. And on top of all that, it will have mouse controls on Switch 2 if you want to play it there. So that's the way I will be playing it. But yes, we got new footage. Most importantly, we got a release date. Now, would you like to talk about the footage?
No. No, I don't mind. In classic Do fashion, I watched the trailer and I was very underwhelmed. I wasn't really down with it, but I tried to nicely ask RMC, what he's been seeing and what he thinks and all that stuff. And he was just like, look, you've never been right about a trailer from Nintendo ever.
I didn't say it like that.
But it's true. Like ever since the Wind Waker, every single trailer I've seen, I've always been like, this looks like crap, and then I play it and I end up loving it. So
I wanted to clarify, when you saw the other trailers for Prime 4, were you down with it?
I was like underwhelmed too, because it was
Okay.
like, it just looked like the same. Like didn't
Okay.
I mean, it's funny because I played all 3 Metroid Primes because I loved them. So when the 4th one gets a trailer and it looks like the other 3, why would I be upset about it? But
And
I
then,
saw it
the
and I was
best
like,
part
this looks
is-
exactly the same.
The best part is, so you saw those other trailers and you were like, it looks the same. Then you saw a trailer where you get something brand new and you're like, I also don't want this.
Yeah, but I don't know. I saw that motorcycle and I was like, you know what, like it just I'm coming off of playing Cyberpunk, people. Sorry, motorcycles are like a dime a dozen in that game and they're amazing. I'm sure in Metroid it'll be good, but like I saw it and I was like, and you're in this like empty desert and there's like nothing there, and I was like,
that's why the motorcycle is going to help you get through that quicker.
right. Well, here's I'm just telling you what I thought from the
Yes.
trailer. I'm gonna be wrong because I'm gonna get it day one and I'll play it and I'll probably like it like I do all the other stuff. But just from that trailer, it looked like a whole lot of empty space, looked like kind of nothing. And it was like, so now I gotta ride a motorcycle just to get to the next area instead of like a quick elevator loading screen. But I don't know, because it's just a trailer. This is just what's going on up here.
Yes.
And it's nothing to get upset about. There's plenty other things to be upset about than the Metroid 4 trailer. So, yeah, in classic do fashion, I was underwhelmed, but I'm looking at it now moving forward as it's just another Nintendo game that I'm sure is going to knock it out of the park for me personally. So don't even worry.
That's a very what's the evolved way of thinking.
Well, I
and
needed
that's-
to talk to you about it. I mean, usually I'm better at not even needing you to say anything for me to catch myself being unreasonable, but I don't know why I do it. Every once in a while, I think I'm going to text you and you're going to be like, you know what? I hated it too, but you'll never, ever say that. So I don't know why I reach out to you for that, but I'm glad I did, because you're the one who's always like reasonable and you're just like, hey, you know, you don't really like the trailers ever. So
Yeah,
You
there
can
are.
text me, Andrew. I'll agree with you and tell you.
that's what I'm
His name
afraid
is
of.
Dew. His name is
sorry,
Dew.
and
That's
Dew.
what I'm afraid of. That's probably why I don't text you in those
Yeah,
my moments of weakness.
Yeah. I could see a trailer for anything be whatever it is, and I may see things where I'm like, you know, this doesn't look good, or I'm not interested in this, or I don't like this. But yeah, like it doesn't make me angry or upset or whatever. I'm like, I'll give it a try when it comes out and see how it is, and that's what it is. You know, I saw the motorcycle and I liked it, but I also, this is the honest truth, and this has been the way I am for quite a while now, because of the way the world is, or at least the way the world that I see or I perceive it as. When I see things now, I get excited for a split second, and then it instantly just becomes me thinking about how people are going to hate it, because that's how it works. That's the internet. People see things and they're like, why this? Why that? How come this? How come that? That looks dumb. This looks bad. Why this thing? Why that thing? And
We
that's
got to review bomb
so-
this because it's a woman.
And I'm not saying you can't look at something
a
and be
woman?
like, that doesn't look interesting to me, or I'm worried about this thing, or I don't know about that. And then also be like, but you know, it's a trailer or it's a whatever, and we'll see what happens when it comes out. It's always, this is the worst. This is dumb. This is horrible. Why would they do this? Nobody, this is going to
They're
fail.
going bankrupt now.
Yeah.
My only thought when watching it was, man, I only played the first one and I didn't play 2 or 3 when I had my Wii hooked up, and you know, that was the ultimate way to play it because you had like the pointer.
Yeah.
So that's all I
Like I
thought
said to
of.
do. We've been here so many times before, not specifically with him, but when Link was shown on a motorcycle, we got the same thing. When Link was shown on the train in Phantom Choo Choo,
Oh, wait, when was
that one
Link
I
on a-
remember
when did
vividly.
Link have a motorcycle outside of Mario Kart?
The Legend of Zelda.
Breath of the Wild DLC had
Yeah.
had like a motorcycle for Link.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. Where have I been?
You probably didn't play the DLC.
Link on a motorcycle in Mario Kart, even though by that time it was, you know, we've seen it in something else. People are upset about that. Kirby and the Forgotten Realm. He turns into a vending machine. That's stupid. Like we see this I can point to every Nintendo trailer and point to, or most Nintendo trailers. There you go, like that. The Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. Oh, they're motorcycles. This is stupid. You ride on them. It's stupid. Yeah.
I'm sure people are saying that. I want everyone to know that I didn't think that the motorcycle was stupid. I thought that the motorcycle looked uninspired and that the desert area that you were riding in looked empty and boring. But that's just
That means
what
stupid,
I thought.
everybody. That means stupid.
So yeah, Dude's. I don't want to attribute what I'm saying to Do, and I didn't mean it like that. Yeah, I was just talking separately. Dude didn't say anything about the motorcycle. It was more about the area surrounding the motorcycle. Yeah, that was it.
I didn't.
But again,
play-
like with when before Donkey Kong Bonanza came out, you were very worried about Pauline and her talking, and I was like, I'm sure she's going to talk, and like it's going to be like 10% of the game when she talks, then it's really
I
not
don't
going to be a
think I
problem.
was very worried. I expressed worry.
Well, I
but
mean,
it
I'm
wasn't
just saying
gonna
it because
stop
we
me.
had conversation about it on the
But
podcast.
did Donkey Kong
Like,
You
Bonanza
lost so
look
much
fun to
sleep
you
over
from the
it,
beginning?
everybody.
I'm sorry.
Did it look anywhere near as fun as it actually was for you to play, or were you not ever concerned about Bonanza?
I don't think I was excited for Bonanza for some reason. I don't remember why. I just thought it looked like a lot of fun, and I was right.
when when Odyssey was revealed and we saw New Donk City with real humans, people are like, "What's going on? This is the dumbest thing." We've been here so many times, and I'm honestly so tired of it because no one will stop to think or reflect on this and grow, and it's either because they're ignorant or they are doing it on purpose and they don't want to because they just like being part of the machine that's like, this sucks, this is stupid, this is bad, and then it's like the get good mentality. That's all that it is. Snark, poke fun, never have any intentions of playing the thing or watching the thing or reading the thing to begin with, but I'm going to be out there on the internet to make sure I'm part of the vitriol and the anger, and that's the way the world is. So now, even though I don't feel that way, and I've never felt that way, and if anything, I feel further away from that now, I am tainted by that stuff because I can't watch things and just have my genuine reaction. It instantly goes to, well, that's going to be.
Just don't look at the comments.
I'm not looking at the comments. It's me watching. So I watched the Metroid Prime 4 thing and saw the motorcycle and instantly was like, people are going to crap all over this because you just know. Anything that skews a little bit from what is normally there, people don't like.
I don't know if I knew that about you because it
It's
makes me
true.
feel a little bit better. When I watch movies and stuff like that, it's a similar thing that something takes me out of the moment. Like I want to enjoy it.
Honestly, it is ever present 24/7 when I'm watching things. That's what I swear to God, it's always there. And I never have. This is not a woe is me story or anything. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad for me. I'm just being honest. When I watch things, that's always there where I'm like, I always think like, I'm not even going to talk about this. I'm not going to talk about this because I don't want to get into the conversation because I know all that stuff's going to be there.
I think I talked about it in the past, like watching a movie where the special effects are like especially bad in a movie that you heard like production was rough and things got rushed and they had to redo all this. I stopped watching the movie and I started thinking about the people who were making it and like the animators and that they were like, putting in all this overtime and like not being compensated or like not being paid for the actual.
And what did they get for their work?
doing.
Not enough money and people crapping all over them. Yep.
Right.
Think about it all the time.
By the
Roth,
way,
I heard that in a new. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. Did the spiders and flies have anything related to Punch Out? Have you heard anything?
No,
I mean, it's
not,
fake, but okay.
no, not yet.
I heard that in the new Punch Out, Lil Mac is going to actually ride in a spaceship. No bicycle or what's his name? Not Lil Mac. What's his name?
Reginald Bell Johnson.
What is the trainer's name?
Doc.
Okay.
He's going to be riding on a spaceship instead of a bicycle. So, you heard it here first. All right, moving on. Boy, now I'm depressed. So anyway, we got a release date on that.
Why would that be a spider? Where did that come from? Is there something?
Well,
going
because
on?
sometimes it's all good. It's all good. He was right to ask.
It's
Yes.
happened before.
Because it has happened before. Yes.
I mean, I could also see Doc
same spiders.
driving a DeLorean, maybe, while
It's true.
Lil Mac is.
which is also, I guess, kind of a spaceship.
Hmm.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond Amiibo were revealed. We have Samus and the motorcycle, and we have Psylux as well. They're coming out at different dates, though. There's also a Metroid Prime 1 through 3 visual retrospective book coming out the 28th, but we already knew about that. It just got a new date.
Now, are we going to lose our abilities in this Metroid game and have to regain them?
Seems like that might happen.
Yeah, you have to drive to the mechanic and pick him up.
It gives mechanic is tunes up Samus's armor now. You go in for she goes out in the desert, she finds scrap, she brings it back, and it's like
Beyond Good and Evil.
Ironheart.
Oh,
Iron Hands.
Iron Hands. Yes, it's like Iron Hands. Marvel's Iron Hands.
bring it back.
Pokemon Dew, boy, back to back Dew. I'm so sorry. There was Pokemon news during this, and there were rumors of there being a spin-off Pokemon game. And you know what? The rumors were true. This comes out on Switch 2 exclusively in 2026. Pokemon Pokopia, which is, I have to say,
More like
if I'm
Poopcopia.
gonna play a Pokemon game, a spin-off game, I really want to play this, but I know it's going to take so much time. So it's imagine Pokemon mixed with Minecraft, mixed with Animal Crossing. That gives you Pokemon Pokopia. What do you think of this?
I hated it immediately.
Wow.
Yeah. Hated it. I mean, saw it and I was like, this is the biggest ripoff I've ever seen. Aren't they making enough money? And then I think I'm not even gonna make up something stupid that I did.
So what
out of anger.
my initial thought when I saw it was like, this looks like Echoes of Wisdom layout with like just the terrain and
Well,
everything.
it's laid out like a Pokemon game.
I don't know. What
Like
Pokemon
the big
looks like.
pullback you see at the end is like a very close representation of how old school Pokemon games look.
I don't know.
Just 3D.
But from what I saw, it just looked kind of like the same layout of just like the way the animation was of the terrain. And then you've got the character that you're controlling can like recreate things. And I was like, so this is like Echoes of Wisdom Pokemon because they're just
and that's
making
the
things.
one where you grow the grass.
I mean, I guess
instead of
I'm
cut the
assuming
grass.
you do more than that.
and
yeah.
in this game,
Right.
it looked like you plant grass. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, a little.
No,
start-
all
thanks.
you do?
A little.
I cut grass. I don't grow it.
I mean, Dew also doesn't play.
Pokemon.
Farming
um,
sims.
Yeah, Stardew Valley and Minecraft. So
Stardew
yeah,
Valley
it's
was a free game at the
Michaels
no
has been
additional.
playing Stardew Valley.
I just try. I just booted it up.
Yeah,
you know me.
I
I
see it
couldn't.
on
I
my
couldn't. I couldn't get the.
My PlayStation tells me that he's.
Oh,
been
'cause
playing
it's
on his
free.
PlayStation.
Yeah,
It's
no,
no
additional
additional cost.
cost.
No
No
additional
additional cost.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, Stardew Valley again. Yeah, if you're not into Stardew Valley or Minecraft or any of those,
Well, I
games
didn't give
of
it
the
a
same
chance. I didn't give
ilk,
it a chance.
then you probably wouldn't like this. Yes, but it's not. It is not so dissimilar from Animal Crossing. I mean, you plant seeds in Animal Crossing and you grow flowers and stuff like that. So there's that. There, obviously, it's more involved in Stardew. Like you're doing.
I was
whole
just.
crops
I
and
was
stuff.
just making a bad joke. I mean, you know, because in most of
Well,
those games like that, you're cutting
but you-
grass with your sword.
Yeah, but
and
you said you hated it immediately, which I didn't think was a joke.
that's not a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, hate's a strong word. I've never played it. I just saw it, but like it didn't have anything going for it when it started out being called Pokemon. So I was like, no thanks already. That's just me. But then when I saw what it was, I was like, what a ripoff. How do they let them do that? And I'm like, oh wait, they all got their hands in everybody's pockets.
So a ripoff of
Back
what
pockets.
in particular?
Animal Crossing.
Okay, yeah, there's Animal Crossing to it. I would agree. I'd agree the much
Well,
larger part is Stardew or Minecraft.
Yeah,
probably
I was gonna say,
Minecraft.
it's a ripoff of multiple games that they just put together.
It's
Well, that's what I was
certainly
thinking.
inspired by multiple games. Yes,
Oh,
and I don't know
inspired.
that you could really call it a ripoff of Animal Crossing because it's Pokemon Company. Like you know, if Nintendo really felt there was a problem there, Nintendo would be like, no,
Yeah.
don't do this. But
Well, they don't think it's a problem because they're gonna make bank. So congratulations, Pokemon Company. You know, I hope you get another gold handshake.
The tinge of anger. It's not even a tinge. The palpable anger that is always there for Pokemon stuff.
Well, how
is
many do
something
they
else.
need?
Save
Why
your
can't we
anger.
get one a year? Why do we have to get 30 a year? It's
Well,
like amazing.
But
Did the Monster Hunter thing? You're like, they don't make Monster Hunter every year. Let me count. And it was like 5, 6, 7 Monster Hunter games. And then there's another one coming out because of this direct.
yeah, but you
Let's-
don't say that about Mario or Zelda or Kirby.
Well, I play
or-
those
Let's-
games.
Yeah,
let's-
exactly.
Let's
See,
save
that's
our
the thing.
hostility.
The argument's
for
But,
over there.
but
other
we don't
places.
we don't get as many Mario or Kirby or Zelda
We
games
100% get the same amount of Mario games. There's not a year
As
that goes by
Pokemon
without a
games?
Mario game. Every single year we get at least one Mario game.
I
Without
bet,
a
you,
doubt.
I bet
That's
you
like
there's more
remakes,
Pokemon games.
remakes and remasters or whatever.
So does
It
that
has
not
to be.
count for Pokemon too? There's remakes and remasters there too. Yeah.
I feel like
I just bet there's
Pokemon
more
gets-
Pokemon games.
gets-
Like
I'm
we're
just gonna
getting
bet.
this year Pokemon Legends ZA, And then for next year, we're getting Pokemon Pokopia. And I'm sure there will be something else in there too. Yeah. But like to say we don't get, are there more overall Pokemon games? Probably, if I had to guess, there's more. Yes. But to be, it's disingenuous to be like Mario games don't come out all the time. Or like Mario and Zelda and Kirby are all yearly franchises for Nintendo. They always put out a new one every single year. It's just, is it a mainline or is it a spinoff? Yeah. Name the last year where there wasn't a Zelda game.
I don't know.
Because it's been forever. You have like Age of Imprisonment and Echoes of Wisdom, and you have Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and
Link's crossbow training.
What came out between Tears of the Kingdom and Echoes of Wisdom?
Well, those were 2 separate years, like 1 year and the next.
The very next. What came out before Tears of the Kingdom?
Not a year in between. I thought there was a year in between.
Let's go take a look.
I feel like Zelda's a little bit slower.
I do feel I'm going to agree with Nikki Hill.
Well, guys, this isn't something we need to agree or disagree about. I can just look at the games and we can see
like it was
the
game. A year in between the two, but I mean, maybe one was
not counting like Mario Kart, which includes
I'm not
Zelda. And
they broke it down into 2 timelines. That's a pain in the butt.
What a pain in the butt.
Well, I can't like just flip between. Oh boy. Come on, Wiki. Every Zelda.
Yeah.
And this isn't me like arguing or pushing back. I'm just legitimately curious. Like
you want me to take my phone and show it to the dog and have the dog show us the Zelda timelines? Because the dog's gonna do it, Rami.
Every Zelda game timeline. Will this work? Video games. Okay, here we go. I think we got something. We'll go backwards from where we are now. Oh my god, this is really long. Okay, Age of Imprisonment is coming out. Oh, you son of a bitch. It's not in order. Forget it. We can't do this. I'll have to do this on my own time, unless one of you guys can find it.
Keep your eye out for a Patreon post.
No, I wouldn't do that for Patreon.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know much about computers.
Look, it's obviously
some games on.
People love the games and they must be good because they keep selling and people are loving them. So I'm seriously glad that people get to play these games that they love. Congratulations. I like to be snarky because I think it's funny, but it's not really. It's annoying and stupid. So I'll stop. Forget it.
I'd prefer. Never mind. Anyway.
No, come on. Let's do it.
No, because it's going into a completely different story that's not Nintendo related.
I swear to God, if you bring this up later, you're not allowed. You either say it now or you're cut.
I'd say I feel better if people spent their money on a Pokemon game than spending their money on either Paramount Plus or Discovery, HBO Max, and stuff like that. Like the fact that, did you hear that there's a potential that Paramount Skydance now wants to buy Discovery?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a monopoly and it's ruining everything.
Yeah.
So everybody, even if you don't play Pokemon,
buy Pokopia.
Cancel all your subscriptions and go buy Pokemon. At least you're getting enjoyment out of it, and nobody's trying to screw you out.
I mean, whatever. You could think there's a ton of Pokemon games coming out. I don't think you could say there's too many if you don't play them. Like if you play them and then you're like, there's too many. All right. If you're not playing them, then it doesn't even matter.
Well,
like
the important
no
thing
such
is
thing as too many.
They don't fart them out, right? They're for the most part usually well received and well reviewed. And
like there's been gripes about mainline games, but they're not farted out because mainline games take 5-6 years to come out in between.
So it's not like they're it's not like they're.
When was the last Pokemon
half-assed.
Mystery Dungeon?
Remake or new? Because new, it's been a very long time.
It also just feels like there's more Pokemon that come out because they come out in groupings, right? It's always at least
only the
2
mainline games,
right? But when you see multiple titles come out at the exact same time, I guess it just feels like it's more. And we also what did they announce? 3 during this event?
Pokemon games?
Yeah.
Well, Legend ZA has been known, so that's coming out next month. And then
Lube has a question.
DLC for that game, so that doesn't count. That was new, but that's just DLC for that game. And then I want to say there was something else Pokemon, but I can't remember what it was. Was there something?
Well,
else?
there was this thing.
Pokopia, yeah.
Pokopia.
I mean, we'll find out. I'm going through the press release. Yes, Lube?
It was so Tears of the Kingdom released in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Breath of the Wild released in 2017.
Yes, mainline. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a 6-year gap.
No, that's not what we're talking. I said there's a Zelda game every year. I'm not talking mainline games. I'm talking about spin-offs. And
Moving the
everything else.
goalposts.
That's like I said. There's a Mario game every year. Not a mainline Mario game, but there's a game every year with Mario, without a doubt. That's all I was talking about.
All right, I was talking about something different.
Oh yeah, no, clearly yes. We all know when you're getting mainline Zelda, Mario, or any of those, you have to wait 6, 7, 8, 6, 7. I did it, and I didn't even realize it. 8 years in between all of them. So, like mainline games take forever because Nintendo takes a very long time. No, I'm just talking about franchise entries, Zelda, Mario, and they come out on a yearly basis, or at least very close to a yearly basis, maybe a year and a half or something like that. But mainline, you have to wait a long time. Because those spin-offs are what stoke the flames and keep people interested, and they like those games, but they're like, I want the full fat Zelda game more. And as that stuff goes longer and time takes more, you're like, where's the new real Zelda game? So that's why they do it.
I want it now. We waited too long so that when I get it, I can play it in a
the
day and a half and then complain about not having a new one.
The last spinoff was Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. That was 2020.
That was not the last spinoff because Echoes of Wisdom just came out.
That's
last year?
Not on this list.
That's why I said every list I went to was in a weird order. It didn't work. Yeah, Echoes of Wisdom was last year. Age of Calamity or Age of Imprisonment is this year.
Yeah.
And then 2023 was Tears of the Kingdom. Now 2022, I don't know. There's something in there. I don't know. Let's take a look.
All right.
No, you said now I gotta look. I'm nosy. 2022.
Is that why I said it?
Why'd you say it?
Because I do it all the time. I don't know. It's like whenever I
no, Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm like,
Tears of the Kingdom was 2022. No, 2023. This goddamn AI stuff. Somebody help me. I'm not going to keep going. Into
Radical
this
Defect said Cadence of Hyrule.
That's a spinoff, but that wasn't.
That was 2019.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I would love another one of those. Yeah, I'm not going to keep doing this. I will move on. So I'll check in the Discord if you guys
I need
can
like a sheet
figure
of
out.
paper to like
Yes, I know. Like I want to.
There's 3 lists here.
Look into this damn stuff. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. The ones I went through are separated, and it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, moving on. Donkey Kong Bonanza got DLC, and it's out right now. We got surprise announcement of DK Island and Emerald Rush. It's available for Donkey Kong Bonanza. $20 DLC. What do we got here? No spoilers. You'll barrel around Donkey Kong and Pauline on DK Island. So DK Island has made a return. We haven't seen that in a long time, but now it's back. Home of some familiar faces. You got to finish the main game, and then Void Kong will offer you a position in Void Company, collecting as much emerald ore as you can.
Emerald or what?
Emerald ORE. And then, so familiar characters, new locations, a whole bunch of new gameplay. It's available now. And also, if you have a Switch 2 and you haven't picked up Donkey Kong Bonanza, there is a free demo available right now as well. That's a demo for the main game, not for the DLC. Pokemon Legends ZA, we know all about that already. They announced the new DLC.
Two of you guys, though, sorry, Donkey Kong, you both completed the game.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel like having to pay for this extra content?
You don't want to know what I thought of this entire direct, actually, now that I'm thinking of it. Now that we're going through
money.
I hated
this is a Nintendo podcast about Nintendo Direct. This is the time to talk about this stuff. We don't want all one opinion. So go. I want to hear.
But my opinions are wrong. They're just how I felt when I saw them.
That's an opinion.
And it was like, what? This game just came out. Why wasn't this included? And how much is this going to cost me now? Oh, and it's only one island. Thanks.
Is it something?
And I'm playing for the Bad Monkeys.
Bad Monkeys. 2022 has
you
no
love the bad guys.
No
Zelda release in 2022. There you go.
2021 had Skyward Sword and Game & Watch.
That's it. Now you have to close the website. You were wrong about it. I'm just kidding.
There you go.
You did it, Justin. You said a year and a half at most.
So we have one little, so
it's fine.
Not every single year. Yes, I stand corrected, but November, pretty much every year.
2021
when it came
May 2023.
Maybe I should just go easier on Pokemon whenever I hear a subtitle that's not a color, because that means that it's a spin-off.
Yeah.
and it's not necessarily part because like
But
as of someone who doesn't play, I hear Pokemon and I'm like, it's all the same.
well, you can't just do colors because there's mainline games like Sword and Shield. that
Well,
are not
either
colors.
way, I'll just lump them all together and be like, it's none of my business. I don't need to know about it.
Sometimes they're diamonds and pearls.
It's funny because
Yeah.
when I saw the trailer for Pokopia, I was like, maybe do, and then I immediately was like, no, it's probably as far opposite as that
Yeah,
possible.
no,
Because I was like, this has
exactly.
Animal Crossing elements, and he likes that, and it has other interesting. And I was like, no, what am I saying? He's gonna. hate
Yeah,
this.
I don't know. Like I love, as you know, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I thought it would, put me into that cozy game world, and it didn't. I played 5 minutes of Stardew Valley, and I was like, holy crap, this is slow. Like, where is the bells and the Nook, man? I'm just kidding. I didn't say that, but like,
I think you did say it now, actually.
By the way, your opinion of the Bananza DLC coming out quickly and being too expensive and being should have been part of the main game. There's nothing wrong with any of that. That's a valid opinion to voice.
It just seems like
there's
because
no
it
right
does,
or wrong
it does
there.
align
I
with
think
some
that's a
other
very
things.
valid thing to say.
Like
getting irrationally mad about it is wrong.
Well, that
But-
yes.
So because like I was stewing while watching this direct from the beginning. I hated the whole thing because even with the Galaxy stuff, because I was like,
well, Galaxy.
I was like, I bought that Galaxy bundle with the third game, and now they're doing that. Like I was like right from the get-go.
I wasn't getting angry, but yeah, I thought the same thing. It's like, okay, so now I can re-buy a game that I've already re-bought and get the other game, but you can buy
Yeah,
them
like
separately.
that, like,
it just
annoyed
seems
me,
like
and-
If you already played
Money,
it, you don't
money.
need to buy it again.
And
Well,
that's what I have to start
That's all
telling
the other
myself.
thing. You could look at the DLC and be like, this sucks. This shouldn't be $20. Why is this so soon after the regular game? Why wasn't this in the base game? All of that is true, 100%. That's a valid opinion. I don't think there's anything wrong for someone to say that. But then, yeah, you have to be like, and you know what? I don't have to buy it. I don't want to support
Exactly.
that, and I don't have to vote with my wallet. You could be upset that it's happening because you want to play it, but you have to weigh whether you want to support the
But, like-
business practices and the cost versus the want to play it.
but so the initial game was what?
The game,
$70 for the entire game. It took you.
I'm not done with it. Yeah,
But to complete the story, it took you like 30 hours to play,
probably more. Yeah,
and it took.
but I was doing
About
100% on stages. so
Okay, but
maybe-
still $70, and now it's $20 for two like things.
This is the
two
best
elements.
dichotomy I could give you. I saw two things. I saw a whole bunch of things pop up during the direct, but I saw two things where I was like, this is the duality of man, where people are like, $20 DLC for Donkey Kong. What the hell? Also, where's the Mario Kart DLC? I'm like, who are you people? What do you want? We
Yeah, but
complain about Mario Kart being more expensive. It just came out, and you're angry that there's no DLC. What the fart is going on, people?
Well,
What do you
Mario
want?
Kart has been out longer than Donkey Kong,
Yeah, by like what, 25 days?
and also Mario Kart. Oh, what was it? 8 Deluxe.
got DLC like 5 years after it came out.
But how much did you have to pay for it?
Altogether with all those things, I don't know, probably another 30, 40 bucks.
And they were given a lot of DLC.
Yeah, but for 5 years, we had no idea the game was getting DLC, and that was a port of a game from the Wii U. What insanity are we
It's just-
talking about
I know,
here?
but still, I don't know.
Do you want Mario
how
Kart
long-
DLC, or are you just doing your thing?
I'm trying to look at both of them.
There's
and-
no
and-
parallel here. One game came out roughly a month after the other, and people are like, where's the DLC? Also, I hated that it was $80. Now with Donkey Kong, which is $10 cheaper, they're like, why are we getting DLC for this? This should be in the main game. Those two opinions are fine. You can hold them, but I don't understand how you could feel that way about those two situations.
how
Like,
much-
why
they're-
is the
they're a month
$10
apart
game?
or 2 months apart?
I want to say it was like 25 days. One was July 11th, and when did the Switch launch? June 15th. Switch 2 launch June 15th.
I don't know. You're the Nintendo guy.
Something like that. July 17th, maybe. It's like a month at most.
Yeah.
And people were pissed about Mario Kart, and now they
Well,
want
maybe-
DLC,
Maybe in
and they're
another
pissed that Donkey
25
Kong has
days,
DLC.
Maybe in 25 days, people would be, oh, look, Donkey Kong content.
The real thing is, people
Although
voice their
people need
opinion
to chill out
as if
because Mario
it's-
Kart World is free. You can free roam in that, and like there's a lot of little challenges in that open world.
Yeah.
So go explore.
But
Shut
they
your
want-
mouth.
People don't.
Shut your mouth
I
and
don't know
step
what
on the
people want.
gas.
I don't know what people want. For you to look at a game and be like, I want DLC here. I don't want DLC here. That's fine. For you to be like, this should not be $20. I'm okay paying $20 here. That's fine. To go online and try and present those things and be mad about it, you have to recognize that you
Well, you have to
are
be-
you, and whatever opinion you have is fine. That opinion is not supposed to be everybody else's opinion. You can voice those opinions in a rational, normal way, but that's not what people do. You can feel all the things I just said, and that's completely fine.
Oh.
Just present them in a normal way, a rational, calm way.
Didn't really know. Roth just posted the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Oh, with the booster course pass bundle, so like with the extra content was $85. But that's the game with extra DLC. So that
Yes, you can buy
seems-
them together.
And how much was the game? We don't need to get into all
How much
that.
is the base game?
Yeah, probably 50, right? Or 60?
No, it's probably 60. It was probably 60, yes.
It just seems like that's a lot of content over time. If Donkey Kong is going to continue putting stuff out, or sorry, Nintendo is going to keep putting stuff out for Bananza, then like I can understand that. But it just seems like I'm a little shocked that I don't even care about Mario Kart and everything else. For Bananza to come out and a month later and be like, here's a bunch of extra content for $20. It's like, whoa, like that just seems.
They didn't. And this was the first we heard of the DLC for Bonanza, right?
Yeah,
It's not
We had
like
no idea. Yeah.
they never said that there was.
There
any
was
of
a
the-
available- rumors of it
it's
because-
available immediately at the same
That day,
day.
yeah.
So it's like kind of almost exciting for people who really loved it, but then it's like, oh, but I didn't budget for this.
If
Yes,
it was
and I
available
mean, like-
same day, then why wasn't it in the base game? That's my.
No, it was no.
DLC
It was
was
available
announced.
same day
Oh.
as the direct.
Okay.
So July again. I'm going to say 11th to September. What are we at?
But we've also seen
13th.
that in other situations with other companies.
We have
although-
seen all this with all other companies. DLC announced before a game comes out. DLC announced the day a game comes out.
It's
DLC
a cap.
but we've
announced
been
a month
ups-
later
like,
or
we've
2
been
months
up-
later.
We've been upset or frustrated with other companies when they did it because it
Yeah.
was like, well, you
I
had
want to
this.
stress this. I don't want to seem in any way, shape, or form that I'm saying people can't be upset about this.
Right.
Be the most angry person in the world about this, but stop and
Well,
realize that is your opinion. There's no right or wrong here. That is an opinion. Vote with your wallet. Be disappointed that they did it. Be angry that they did it. Don't buy their stuff anymore. All that's completely
They're
fine.
doomed.
But to say that opinion
Can't
and
do
be like,
this.
this is how everybody else should feel, that's not how opinions work.
Yeah.
You can voice how you feel without being an asshole. That's all there is to it. I think that they put the DLC out now, and that's fine. I don't think it should be $20. I think that's too much.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that they did it, and it aggravates me.
Are you
I-
gonna get the DLC?
Yes, but not anytime soon.
Especially
And
because
that's the thing. Like, if it reached a point where I was like, that's way too expensive, I'm not supporting that, then I wouldn't support it. $20, I'm like, that's too much. But I know I will enjoy it, and I'm okay spending the $20, but I can also still say, that's too much. Like, I think that's too high, but it's not exorbitantly high where I'm like, I'm not going to pay for that.
especially
If
because
it was
it's
$40,
digital.
I'd be like, no, I'm not going to. I didn't
Are
get
they-
any of the Breath of the Wild DLC.
Are they
none
going to
of-
charge? They don't have to charge. I mean, I'm sure companies
Hates motorcycles.
justify raising the prices, but it's digital, so you shouldn't have to raise the price to like counter for
See, and
tariffs and stuff.
That's
like
a whole
that.
wrinkle. That's a whole wrinkle that is a discussion just in this time. Companies will raise prices in other areas because of tariffs. Yeah, and sure, there's but like we've said before, Sony and Nintendo are looking at things two different ways. Sony raised the price of their hardware current. Nintendo raised the price of the original Switch, but not the Switch 2 and some accessories. So there's an area where Nintendo could be like $5 more for the DLC here, $5 more for an amiibo here, and that's where they make up the difference. And again, there's no right or wrong there. Companies are just choosing to take whatever path they want, and it's like, what's public perception? Where does this get us? When people expectations for how many people are going to buy this thing versus this thing? Yeah, but nobody wants to have those discussions. They just want to be angry. Nobody on the internet wants to have a discussion.
Well,
They just
that's-
want to be angry, and that's not just about video games. But here on this space, on this podcast, these conversations are important because we all play games. We all know what we're talking about, and we all have opinions. It's just all of us have to recognize that
prices of games,
that we're just sharing our opinions, and that's where it is. We're not going to go like you're not going to go into a comment section and do this stuff, or you're not going to put out a video that's be like Nintendo's ruining the game industry.
No.
Like you could feel like Nintendo's ruining the game industry with their pricing. That's fine. But you have to realize that's opinion. I could say that what Nintendo's doing is making the game industry better. But I know that's just how I feel, and I'm not going to put it out there. It's just people are riled up for other reasons, and I got to get their feelings out. And there's a way to do that without going overboard. But whatever. That's that.
It's also just, it's not incredibly consistent because of stuff that like with their mobile games, they were just like, here, just pay us up front and we'll give you everything for free later. Or like,
see,
it's a different market.
That's the one thing where I'll like fight tooth and nail. Yeah, like
I think
Nintendo literally tried every single way to change
the
the layout of the mobile landscape when it comes to paying, and people gave them horrible crap for the other decisions and went the microtransaction route. So what do you want? Like, here's your case study and you failed it. Like, you can't be angry about this because you didn't buy the other stuff. So what do you want? I will never, ever get over that. That's insane to me. That they're like, here's a game for $10 and you get everything forever. And people are like, wow, you're crazy. $10 for a mobile game? And then they're like, okay, here's Fire Emblem Heroes. Pay out the ass forever for everything. And people are like, yes, thank you. And again, they can do that. People can do that. I'm not saying they can't do that. Let's go ahead, vote with your wallet however you want. But then you can't argue about like Nintendo's doing things this way. They're doing it this way because you showed them that that's the way you respond. So what are they supposed to do? But console space and mobile space are different. So different audiences. Here's the whole thing about all this. There's no right or wrong. Just when you're talking about it, recognize that you're sharing an opinion, not a fact. Everything I've said about this whole thing is just opinion. There's no right or wrong, and however you feel is perfectly right for you. Just don't try to make others feel that what you're doing is the right thing, because everybody on this topic, silly topics, an opinion is an opinion is an opinion. So it's video game talk about prices and stuff. It doesn't mean anything. Same thing with movie ticket prices and streaming services and all that. There's so many discussions to be had and so much rightful anger and disappointment and vitriol to go into all of that. But at the end of the day, you either buy it or you don't, and that's it. And yes, it sucks to not get the thing you want, but you got to decide if you're willing to pay for it, because the situation of not being able to is completely different. That's a binary. Like, I literally can't afford that. So, and that makes people angry, and I get it. Everybody works hard and they're like, I want to play a game and I don't have $20 to spend on this DLC. So I get it. I get it all. But Dew will be there day one for Pokemon Pokopia when it comes out. We don't know the price on
forward to
I'll be dressed as Crash Bandicoot outside the building with a bullhorn being like, come on out, Pokopia.
You'd have to be like Minecraft Steve or something. Yes?
No, I'm just looking forward to more of this direct and Dew's
I think that was the last
Dew's
story
opinions of
the
things.
Oh, we're not even close. Because we got
haven't
something
even
else that's
scratched the
man, this is
surface.
great. We got something else because it's price related too.
Wow.
You brought up the Kirby amiibo.
I brought it up because I thought it was
talking
part
about
that
it.
they're
It
interchangeable.
was brought up.
So Kirby Air Riders amiibo were announced. Kirby and Warp Star, as well as Bandana, Waddle Dee, and Winged Star. They're two amiibo where you can take off the character amiibo and swap them between the vehicle.
What am I getting ads for?
They're coming out the same. What are you getting an app for? I want to see.
Doesn't look appropriate.
The booby towel.
Oh, the boob thing.
but
Yeah.
with the guy next to it too. It's like, what is this?
That's Italian brain rot, my friend. That's it's the shame that I don't know that guy's name.
Is he an arancini?
No, what's the
Salvatore Ganacci?
Sahor or something like that? It's something close to that. Anyway, the two new amiibo coming out same day as the game, November 20th. These are the most expensive amiibo yet. There's an argument there for them to be the most expensive, certainly because they are two pieces. So really, I guess you could look at it as you're not getting two amiibo, you're getting four amiibo. the debate is there. I mean, that is at least that is at least partially true.
You're really getting 4.
That is at least
That's-
partially true.
That's
No, it's
paper
not.
towel.
Why
And
are you
toilet
getting
paper
4?
logic right there.
'Cause they're
It's
4
rolls,
pieces.
but it's so thick. It's really
Yeah, that's what I was
Does
saying.
each character
Versatile.
that comes off of the vehicle can get scanned individually, and the
They get
vehicle
different stats. Yeah.
and the vehicle can scan individually too?
That I don't think so. But that doesn't mean that can't happen. I don't think so as of right now, but yeah, it was, you're what I'm basically saying is you're paying for 4 hunks of plastic instead of 2.
Right.
So then for them to raise the price, I'm like, well, at least in some degree I can understand that, but it's still, some amiibo you've paid $35 for.
Well,
so you're
we're
getting 2
also
for
talking
50.
inflation, or not inflation,
Yeah, again,
inflation and tariffs,
yes.
because it is a tangible.
And that's the thing. You can't have these discussions without some people being like, hail corporate. I don't care if Sony or Microsoft's putting out amiibo or emu, as Stu was saying before the podcast. If they were doing their hunks of plastic with a chip in it and they said $50, I'd give you the exact same argument. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter what company's doing it. I can see, yes, tariffs making the price go up a little bit. I can see that it's 4 pieces of plastic making the price go up a little bit. Yes. Is $50 a piece too much? That's for you to decide.
Nice.
I haven't bought amiibo in a very long time because A, they take up too much space. B, I think personally they are too expensive, so I don't buy them. But these amiibo and more will be coming out for Kirby Air Riders.
I see kids losing the parts that come off of it, and then you gotta buy another one.
Without a doubt.
I can't buy them individually.
They're not lost, but I misplaced some of my Skylanders ones because I put them together. They connect together, but things get jostled around and moved, and then you're like, where's the base for this guy? Where'd this go? So they're here somewhere, but yeah. And then in the grand scheme of things, to get very nihilistic, what does it matter?
Were you?
It's all plastic.
Well, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Don't
It
get
ends
me
up in a landfill.
Don't get me started on that road. But you got some really cool amiibo. You got a great emu collection. You were buying all of those?
No. Nintendo used to send them.
Okay.
The ones that I have bought, but I'm gonna say it's like a 10% bought versus.
I was gonna say because
got.
there's like so many that it's like I can't see RMC buying all of these. Like I
And
can
what
see them
I
buying the
have-
real cool ones. but
Jesus Christ, what I have might be 10% of what's out there.
There's a
And
Jesus Christ amiibo.
yeah, very hard to come by. So the giant Yoshi one that I have, I bought that because that was awesome.
That one is awesome.
I have the 2 Rob the Robots because, as Lube knows, Rob the Robot is near and dear to my heart. He's my Smash character. I definitely Chibi Robo I bought because I love Chibi Robo. Definitely want that.
I thought Mom Brain was your Smash character.
I didn't buy her, Nikki. The 8-bit Mario one I have because I really like that. I have Mr. Game & Watch just because I thought that was a really cool one because it's just flat and 2-dimensional.
Oh, you have
That might be all.
Did you
that
say
I bought.
Chibi Robo?
Yeah,
because that came with the game.
Yeah,
with
but I
Peach Train.
specifically I didn't get that from Nintendo. I had to buy that
Right.
one.
And I have a Yoshi. I think I have the Yoshi one.
The big plush or the small one?
Oh, you know what? I don't know if I do have the plush one, or it's like knitted.
That plush is like one of my prized possessions.
The
Yeah,
knitted one.
knitted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
don't-
it was
I don't-
for whatever.
Maybe I don't have that. Maybe that's just in my head.
And that's the other thing, when you
I
step
don't know.
back and look at this zoomed out, you're like, oh my God, I've been paying for DLC that doesn't actually do anything. And it takes up physical space. What am I doing? So, I love the conversation. I just wish people would approach it in games in general with a bit more
Is
nuance.
that Ziplash? Is that where
Yes,
the?
Chibi Robo Zip Lash.
Yeah.
Was that what the amiibo was for?
I think so.
I want to say yes.
Yeah, I think it came with it.
And
You can resell that. You know what you get? Like $2.
the amiibo or the whole package?
The amiibo. It's not really selling.
Poor Chibi Robo.
Just make him a Smash character.
Woolly
dang it.
World Yarn
help.
Yoshi.
It would help,
Solid
yes.
Master Link. I
That
think
would be wonderful.
makes sense.
The fact that like other third-party characters got in there and
perfect.
Chibi Robo hasn't been made a playable
It's not
character
even
yet.
that hard yet to come up with moves and stuff.
He's got
on the show plenty of times.
He's got a litany of moves that he could work with. Yeah. Moving on. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. We got a release date for it. It's coming out November 6th. I am so excited for this. Let me be clear. Spin-off Zelda game.
Day one, day out DLC too.
But remember, this is canonical. This is canonical. Uncover the canonical events only glimpsed in Tears of the Kingdom. So storyline-wise, this matters. So if you really care about your Zelda lore, especially in and around the time of Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, then you're going to want to check this out.
So it doesn't take you out of the experience to play that game as Princess Zelda and do that move that they showed in the trailer where she literally kills about 20 or 30 Bokoboblins in like one fell swoop. And then you spend 50 hours playing Breath of the Wild, like fighting them one at a time with Link and the Master Sword. Like, come on, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
No, it doesn't take me out of it.
Believe me, what? You weren't listening, probably.
Yeah, something about.
Yeah, exactly. This is why. Yeah, that's why you don't respond to that.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying.
No,
she's OP, and then you're supposed to be OP and rescuing her, but how come you can't fight him as well as she's fighting
No,
him?
he's saying when you're in Zelda games, she doesn't fight like that, but in this game, she fights like that and kills hundreds of enemies at once.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah,
And I
no,
agree
it doesn't
with
bother
you
me
there.
because it's a Dynasty Warriors game. So I'm not, if I'm going to be honest, and I'm not saying this to be mean, I'm being honest, and this is the best way I can put it, which relates it to The Simpsons. I imagine the guy at the Itchy and Scratchy thing being like, when they hit the xylophone, when they hit this bone and it produces two different notes, that's how I feel about it. I'm like, I'm willing to suspend my disbelief here, and it's just for fun.
But you're talking about how it's canonical, which is like the thing that we've never cared about with Zelda ever.
Well,
and you're like, I care about the canon of this, but I also don't care about the canon of this.
Well, I'm not looking at the actual gameplay as canonical. Like the battles that happen, I look at as canonical, and the forces that meet, I look at as canonical. But me mowing down hundreds of enemies, like when I think of like the Zelda stories, when they look back on that lore, you're not going to see Zelda blowing up hundreds of enemies at once. They're going to be like, there was a war and they fought, and you'll see like a cutscene as you would in any other Zelda game. But for the purpose of the gameplay to be fun and to be a Dynasty Warriors games, that's what you're doing. So I don't look at like the actual Zelda killed 2,011 people in this battle. I don't look at it like that. I look at like, here's this battle. It happened. Link and or Zelda was here with this person, and then they got this thing. Like that's what I look at.
Yeah, he
as
gets his cake and he eats it too.
Story.
That's what he gets.
As usual.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I appreciate you telling me. I was kind of half joking because I know they're like totally different types of games, and I just thought it was silly, and I always like to needle you. So
no, you're right. That as far as trying to fit that into story, if I was looking to fit that into story, yes, that would be very silly, and it doesn't make any sense there. Yeah, but again, it's just the game.
Knowing that it's a Dynasty Warriors game, then it's who cares, because that's what it's supposed to be like. So it's fun.
Yeah, if you had a Dynasty Warrior game where you fought the amount of Zelda enemies, I'd be like, oh, why is this a Dynasty Warriors game?
Exactly.
But do you fight characters as Zelda in Tears of the Kingdom?
I'm not going to tell you what you do with her and Tears of the Kingdom.
You have had control of Zelda in other games before where you fight as her. I mean, and in Echoes of Wisdom, I don't know that you technically fight, but
I made beds. Yeah.
Yeah, you make a lot of beds in that game.
Oh my God. You made your bed, now sleep in it.
To feel better.
You made your bed.
Better.
Oh my God. What have we come to here? This is an eye-opening.
You made your bed, now cross a river with it.
So Age of Imprisonment finally got its release date, November 6th. Very excited about that. Super Mario Brothers Wonder. There were rumors about this too, but it is true. Super Mario Brothers Wonder is getting a Switch 2 edition. So it's Super Mario Brothers Wonder Switch 2 edition, plus Meetup in Bellabel Park. More experiences are coming to the Flower Kingdom. Enjoy a variety of attractions in Bellabel Park Plaza that let you team up with or work against family, friends, collect the most coins, run and hide and Fanto tag. See, this is something where I know I'm really angry, and I know it's only me, and I would never try and make people feel this way because I know it's just me. But we get Fanto in this game, and we still can't get goddamn Wart. We get Fanto.
I don't even know who Fanto is.
You do too. Super Mario Brothers 2, the mask that used to chase you when you went to get the key. That's Fanto. He's in this goddamn game now, and I still can't get Wart.
Yeah. I've been mad about Wart not being in anything for a million years.
Nintendo, apparently,
we've talked
as
about
I've said,
it,
as like only dream games for this guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe he'll be in it. Who knows? But then
there's a lot of minigame stuff, right?
This is multiplayer stuff, but as Nintendo hinted at and showed in the trailer and said right here, even more content and enhancements as well. Stay tuned for additional info. So there's going to be
Additional
single player
DLC.
stuff there. That's what this is. There's
More DLC for the DLC.
no, this is all included in this. They were very clear about that. We saw, there's going to be more stuff in there. It looks like there's Captain Toad stuff and more Captain Toad stuff in there. It's very clear they're doing something single player content, which is what I want.
Also announced at the same time is probably one of my favorite things from the entire Direct, Nintendo Direct. Is that what we're calling this?
That's what it's called.
And
Real life
it
talking
is-
flowers.
Oh man, I was waiting for you to say something. Yeah. So yeah, this comes out spring 2026. We got more to learn. If it were just what it is now, I would not get it. I need to see the single player content to decide if I'm going to get it, because as my track record, that's my track record. I'm not. I want the single player content, so we'll see what happens. But yes, Nikki Hill is correct. They are releasing also in spring 2026 as part of the 40th anniversary of Mario, a real life version of the talking flower. So if you hated the talking flowers in Wonder, then now you can hate them in real life. But if you like them, then you can have a real life version. And everybody that I saw that was talking about was saying the same thing that I was thinking. I can't wait to put this next to my Alarmo. Just like a little like boop, boop, just those two little things together. They don't make any sense
talk to each
together,
other.
but yeah, right. So we'll learn more on that too. We don't know pricing. We don't
just
know
like that
exact release date. We don't know all the
They
features.
didn't
of
really
that
give
talking
details,
flower.
but it's like they'll say pre-recorded thing or like pre-planned things, but they'll also just talk to you on their own, and it's just like,
Yeah.
well, that's really creepy. Like, imagine you're in a meeting or something, you're doing like a Zoom meeting or something, and it just starts like chiming in with their own stuff.
I can't wait for when
Shut up there, shut up over there. You.
I can't wait to convince my parents that that's the new Amazon Echo. Have them talk to the flower. I mean, flower, tell me what's the weather outside? How old is, and somebody that's dead. That's
When's Iron Hands 2 come out?
So yeah, we don't know more about that later. Another part of the 40th anniversary of Mario. Man, I'm all over this one. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book
Looked beautiful.
looks fantastic. Very much going back to the day of Yoshi's story, which was the N64 days.
Happy
so it's been
birthday,
a long
Mario.
time.
Here's a Yoshi game.
Mario's getting Wonder, and he's getting Galaxy, and
You're
he's getting a
old.
sports game.
You're over the hill, Mario. Take a break.
Super Mario Old.
Whoa.
So yeah, this is a platformer with a storybook style aesthetic that definitely harkens back to, like I said, the Yoshi story days.
I love that the book's
man, it
name
looks
is
good.
Mr. E.
Mr. E.
Hello there, Mr. E.
And stuff that you read.
Luigi-atric. Sorry, I know this 5 minutes later, but
That's great. Stuff that you read about. I love that when you find things in the game, you get a little pop-up above you that looks like how it is written in the book, because you're jumping into the book to see the things in the game. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's coming out spring 2026 as well. More details to be seen on that, but I don't need to see anymore. I'm sold on that.
wait, so that wasn't a remake?
Brand new, baby.
Okay.
100% new. The only thing it could have, it's not. It's drawing inspiration from Yoshi's story, but Yoshi's story.
I feel
completely
like
different.
we're getting closer to a direct tie-in with Mario and Pikmin. Because this Yoshi thing is very heavy on the flowers.
But
like-
Yoshi's
Like living flowers, you know what I
They're
mean?
from Yoshi's Island.
Are
Like
they?
that character exactly is from
Alright.
Yoshi's Island. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna find out that Pikmin it actually takes place in Yoshi's Island or something, because
He's stealing your spiders and flies.
let's talk, you know,
My Spiders and Flies have a really good one.
Okay.
uh,
But it's fake.
because of Mario Wonder had talking flowers. I mean, Pikmin don't talk; they just me, right?
It's true.
I'm a little nervous because it's kind of like it's not close at all, but there's something that he mentioned that it's like, how the heck did you know my Spiders and Flies
I
were
don't know
talking
what
about
we're
this?
talking about. Okay,
I don't know. what I'm
Anyway,
talking
looking forward to Yoshi, book boy, book
boy.
reader.
about. Yoshi Book Boy.
Yoshi Boy.
Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. We got another look at that. We didn't get a release. So last time we saw the game, we knew it was 2026. Now Nintendo has told us it is spring 2026. So not terribly far off. But we got to see a lot more of the game. And that's either going to be one of those games that you adore or you hate with a passion, the original was a much bigger hit than Nintendo ever expected, especially outside of Japan.
Is it gonna? Is that like? Is it gonna be broken down into channels or something like the Wii or something? Because
No, you get news reports.
That
in the game.
news report thing made me think like, oh, is it going to be like live news reports?
Often your Miis will like daydream or envision things that happen, or like they'll have a plan for something they're going to do and think about how it might play out, and you'll go into their mind and see those kind of things. So like when you see the giant bowling ball chasing one of them, or like the Super Soap 6s falling on them, or all that stuff, that's usually their imagination. But sometimes there's things that happen that don't make any sense, and it just happens. Tomodachi life is very weird and strange in the best way possible. Like everybody that loved that original is foaming at the mouth for this one. They've been begging for a new one since the only one we've ever gotten. So I absolutely, I'm so excited for this. And the text-to-speech stuff makes it, that was a big part of the original.
Well,
but that just makes it so much more fun.
Is that AI?
No, it's a thing Nintendo specifically developed for the Tomodachi game. Like they did that. And I'm so glad that they didn't try and make it sound better. Like it's just a higher quality sound.
I was going to say it's funny because it doesn't sound great.
I don't think you were going to say that.
I was thinking that because like they were like, you can change your voice, and they played around with it, and I was like, I want to hate this, but it's funny.
Yeah, that's why they keep it like that, because it's funny. And the voices in the first one sound almost exactly like that, and they're very funny. And you can raise the pitch.
Yeah, I thought
but
it was
like,
funny.
Or it's just like that, but they're speaking English. Yeah, that's Tomodachi life. They are never going to change that sound. That's the way it's supposed to sound. So yeah, all about that. Mario Tennis Fever, we already talked about that. We're skipping that one because it's the biggest one. We'll skip that too because that's big. Hades 2. Kit of the Kit and Krista podcast, Kit Ellis, former Nintendo employee, was asked about his pie in the sky, one more thing moment that would happen during this direct that he never expected but really wanted. And he's like, Hades 2, that thing's been that thing's been doing early access on Steam for a long time. It seems like right about now could be a great time to launch that game. Son of a bitch was right. Hades 2 confirmed release date September 25th. So not even 2 weeks.
Well, there was something.
Just like the first one. Eat that, other companies. When the first Hades came out, it was Switch exclusive for 6 months, maybe longer. Hades 2 is Switch and Switch 2 exclusive. We don't know how long, but same situation again, because Nintendo is literally publishing the physical version of this game. So there you go, people. Hades 2. November 20th is the physical.
Except there's a big problem for the internet.
Isn't there always?
Main character is a female.
Oh, we knew that already. Who cares? It's gonna be awesome. Next.
I wish that's the way the internet worked, but you're right. We knew it already because it was announced years ago, and when it was announced, there was that anger. So of course, there's still that anger.
Okay. Yeah, they didn't even name her. They just call her Princess of the Underworld. They didn't even give her a name.
And they didn't even Princess of the Underworld.
Didn't even name Kronos either. They were just like, if you played the first one, you'll like it.
Oh, Princess of the Underworld. Brought
That's
to you
the
by
passion coming
MeUndies.
from Supergiant. If you played the first one, you'll like it. We spent 6 years doing this, but
Well, tell us the names of the two main characters then.
We gotta play the game.
I will.
So again,
we need a MeUndies cross promotion.
It is 60 frames per second on Switch. You have a Switch. What are you complaining about?
The Undies or Underworlds.
Did he say something? What did he?
Look at him smiling. He knows he griped about it.
I didn't complain.
Because I swear to God, we got to play this game with you. Here's the game. When is it coming out on other systems? And I say 6 months exclusivity, and you go, because why is it a bummer?
Because I don't want to play it on the Switch.
There you go. Where'd you play the first one?
On the Switch.
Yeah, okay. I rest my case, Your Honor. Thank you. Now we ran the whole thing of all the stuff I already knew from this guy, but there it is, all laid out for you.
Well,
there you go.
I'm gonna play Hades 2 on the Switch because I don't care about frame rate as much.
Well, on the Switch 2 is where you're gonna play it. And you get 120 frames per second.
So then I'm chilling. But I agree when it comes to that Resident Evil game that you skipped over. There's no way I'm playing that on the Switch.
Whoa! We're skipping over that for later. Save your anger until then.
I wasn't angry.
Surprise! I was save your commentary.
You know what I'm angry about?
Tell me about
I'm angry because my wife saw a Switch 2 at Target
My wife.
and didn't buy it.
Okay.
And I said, "Why didn't you buy it?" And she was like, "I don't know." And then
Because I decided
a
we
couple
needed
weeks
food
later,
this
she's
week.
like, "Oh, we should get one of those Switch 2s." And I was like, "You're not gonna find it now.
Well, you can get 'em
You
now.
had the chance.
You can get them now. They've been
No,
restocking like crazy.
She
You
went
can
to the
get 'em now.
store and it wasn't there.
This
She
part of
asked
the
the
story
person at
is
the store,
False.
when is it coming back? And they said they didn't
So
know.
there. Now we've done it. We've had a little microcosm of the internet right there. I picked up on him being annoyed about something. It came out because it's on the Switch. We dug deeper and we found out it's not because of the Switch. It's because he was upset his wife didn't get the Switch too. That's the mother farting internet. Everybody's pissed off about some secret that nobody knows, but they're going to be pissed off about something, and we can't individually talk to everybody, so we live in this goddamn cesspool. I hate this world.
To be honest, I didn't know it was also coming out on the Switch.
That's the first thing I said.
I
Switch and Switch 2.
didn't hear that.
So yeah, the Switch 1 is 60 frames per second. Switch 2 is 120 frames per second. And a higher resolution. I just don't know what that is. So
To be
there
honest,
you go.
I'd rather just get it on the Xbox Game Pass and not have to pay for it.
No
that's-
additional cost. I'm sorry. No additional
Yeah,
cost.
Not have to pay additional costs. for it on the
Thank
Game
you.
Pass.
Mhm.
That's what I want to do because I'm cheap.
There's
poor.
nothing like a Nintendo Direct to make me realize how much I don't want to be in this world. So it's nice that we got a September
I was
25th
gonna
release
say in this
date.
room.
That no. The world in
hate all
general.
my
It's not you.
friends.
It's not you. It's
No,
everybody.
you just made it abundantly clear it's me.
No. It's not. It's not. What happened with you, like I said, literally was a microcosm for the internet. That's the way the internet. That's why the internet is the way it is. But September 25th, not long to wait at all. You could also play it on your PC. It may run on your PC. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
You
There's
know
a
what
chance.
though? I'm tempted. I might get it on the Switch actually because I really do want to get it. I want to support them.
Oh, and here's a great point. This is a great point. If you do get a Switch 2, the upgrade from the Switch to the Switch 2 version is free.
Oh, that's nice.
So if you do eventually get a Switch 2,
Yeah.
you can move it right over there,
We-
all your saves, and you don't pay anything.
we are going to get a Switch 2 eventually, probably for Christmas. But I know it'll probably be impossible to find around Christmas, which is why I told my
Yeah,
wife when you
like
saw
now
it,
would
you
be the
should have
time to
bought
get it, yeah. So it's going to be a new belt at Christmas time. Also
Has it been
announced
20 years already?
It's funny. I put on a belt today because I need a belt for these shorts, and I was like, oh, "Funny, I'm putting on a belt, and Lube is coming over." Suika Game Planet was announced. A brand new Suika game coming to Switch and Switch 2. If you have the Switch 2 version, 3 of your friends can play it with you, and they don't even have to get the game.
Very cool.
So now, instead of a vessel, you are in like a planet. It's called Planet, where the fruit is in the middle, and you have 360 degrees that you can move around to shoot the fruit into the other fruit to connect them, and then to make, of course, as we all know,
Fruitopia,
A
the
watermelon?
drink.
a watermelon. It's okay.
Oh,
You
yeah.
played Suika game. You liked it.
Yeah, I didn't
Suika.
realize that's what we were going for.
Yes, to make the almighty watermelon. So
Suika,
there
right?
you
Is
go.
that what Suika means?
I want to
I
say
believe
it
so.
means watermelon. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. 4-player co-op and more twist on the original gameplay, and good for them. I like Suika game a lot. I will
Is it going to
definitely
be
get this one.
$3 like Suika game is?
It's a great question. Probably not, but I can't see it being more than 10.
I wish.
Oh,
is there going to be the
Nintendo is distributing this one, so it's going to be $45.
Is it just
Kidding.
World? We're not going to be able to play the original version.
They have not said that. I mean, I don't know why that would be in there.
Because it seems like a DLC. I mean, it's like this. It's just like another version of the game. I feel like it could have been a DLC. Doesn't matter either way.
Yeah,
Just
I
curious.
mean, like you could look at it that way, like Tetris. Do we need? Couldn't every Tetris be a DLC Tetris? And you're like, well, yeah, I guess technically it could. So, yeah, again, that's where you have to be like,
Suika is the Japanese word for watermelon.
there you go. Whatever the price, like if it's $3, you'll get it. If it's $10, you won't get it. Or if it's $3, you might get it.
Oh, I'll get it if it's $3.
Yeah.
I liked the first one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I became a phenomenon. Like it was a huge game. It sold over 7 million copies, and that's
But it
just,
was $3.
It didn't take off because of that. Price certainly helps. It took off because streamers started playing it out of nowhere. I don't even remember how it caught on with streamers, but boy, did it become a hit there. Yeah, people were really.
I think I started
Playing it for a
playing
while.
it and we started talking about it on this podcast, and I think then it got popular, right?
Well, to some degree, that is true. A very small degree. Yes, very, very small degree. Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection coming out on Switch 2 exclusively March 13th. We got another look at that. Storm Lancers. We knew this game was coming to Switch, but we didn't know when. And they did not a shadow drop because we knew about the game, but a surprise release.
This game looks great.
This game looks great, right? I thought so too. When I saw the first trailer, I was like, this looks like a lot of fun. I definitely want to try it out. The problem is I'm playing. I'm sorry, Nikki Hill. 1 billion games right now.
You can,
but it looks really cool, and it looks like it's aimed right at our era, where it's like this is inspired by 80s cartoons aesthetic, and I'm like, this looks great.
Is the term roguelike and roguelite, and like
roguelike you are okay with, roguelite you are not okay with.
I don't know what either
I
of them
want
means.
to be here.
I know you've described.
This just
it to
means
me.
you're going through and you get random upgrades.
And when you die, and then you keep the upgrades, and you
some of them yes, some of them no. Yes.
Okay.
No. Yes. No. Yes. Yeah. You're.
It just seems like
okay.
every single game that's being made is one of those two.
That is a complaint that is not
like even the
that is echoed on the internet.
The new Prince of Persia, or what did I say earlier? Prince of Persia, because it's Ubisoft, so they threw these in.
You did say that earlier. That's true.
That one is a rogue something or other.
Yes, and that's why there's backlash against Hades as well, because obviously these genres existed before Hades.
Backlash against Hades. Hades is like so many people.
I'm going to tell
Hades.
you, that's what it is. I swear to God, this whole thing is about why I hate the world. That's the way it works, because something got popular. And what happens when something gets popular? People hate it.
Yeah.
So these things all existed before Hades was around, but Hades was very popular, Game of the Year popular. So now so other developers are like, we're going to take a little bit of this thing. And now players are like, goddamn Hades. Now every game is this game.
That's like, cool shirt, Lube. That's a really cool shirt. And now everybody starts wearing a Legend of Zelda shirt.
Legend of Zelda.
And now it's not cool anymore.
You know what? I still get compliments when I wear this shirt out about.
I was using it as an example. I do like the shirt.
I see a Zelda shirt. I just did it the other day.
I was at the deli by my house, and this younger gentleman was like, "I like your Zelda shirt." And I was like, "Thanks, dude." And that was
then they
I was
kissed.
Like, making my sandwich.
And
then he pulled out his sword, and I pulled out my sword.
Storm Lancers does look cool. I agree.
He pulled out his sheath.
And it is available right now. So I actually do want to try it. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly is getting a remake, if you're a Fatal Frame fan, on Switch 2 in early 2026.
That looked creepy.
Yeah, I mean, all the Fatal Frame games are very creepy. If you want to capture ghosts in cameras and get spooked and steeped in Japanese lore as well, then you can get that remake on Switch 2 and other platforms early 2026.
Did we just recently get Fatal Frame, sorry. Like the first
Crimson
one?
Butterfly?
The first one.
Did we recently get it? I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
It was on the Switch, probably not the Switch.
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
But not. Yeah.
But that was the first one that was remade.
My lore with Fatal Frame is so bad. I don't want to say anything because I'll probably be wrong. And one of the worst kept secrets because of the developer of the game, PowerWash Simulator 2 is coming to Switch 2 because people were asking, why aren't you doing PowerWash Simulator 2 for Switch 2? Why would you not announce it for that? And then they announced it kind of in a press release, but then they were like, oh, we didn't say it there. Let's just say there was a scramble behind the scenes where they were like, no, we're not doing a Switch 2 version. So everybody was like, oh, they are doing a Switch 2 version, but they announced it before they were supposed to. And surprise, surprise, here it is coming out on Switch this fall with co-op on Switch 2. Switch 2 co-op for up to 4 players if you want, or there is also 2-player split screen co-op. Stardew Valley is getting a Switch 2 upgrade. It is a free pack on Switch 2. You can now play with mouse controls, so that's awesome because Stardew Valley is huge on PC. It's huge on everything, but Stardew Valley is huge on PC, and they play with mouse controls. Now you'll be able to do the exact same thing on Switch 2. Also, Switch 2 version is getting co-op, split screen co-op for up to 4 players. So Stardew Valley lets you co-op control a farm with your friends or family or whoever. online, but now you can do that locally as well if you'd rather play like that. And I've seen my family do both. Actually, they've played online and local co-op with each other, but now through Switch 2, you
Wait,
can do even more.
we could all share a farm, and like whenever we're free, like I could do some stuff, and then like 3 hours later, you could log on and.
I don't know what stays and what doesn't stay, but you can go to your farm, yes, and do whatever, and we could go back and see it and be like, wow, some nice upgrades here. Yeah. Also, to be clear, since you're not a Stardew person, there's like dungeons and you go fight things and all that too.
I'm only not one yet. I only played a classic like a Type 5, as Do Michaels calls them.
With Stardew, a Type 5 is impossible.
It was because I didn't even get to the front door. Everyone in town wanted to talk to me, and I just wanted to like cut the grass.
There's no Type 5 in Stardew. You cannot get any taste of Stardew without like sitting down and actually play it. I have never played Stardew.
Can you leave me alone? I'm trying to do yard work over here.
I do not personally like games that have crops and farming and planting and all. I don't have any interest in
crop dusting though, and I'm all there
about that. Mom Brain can tell you all about Stardew because she's a huge fan. I will say, outside looking in, if you got over the Type 5 mentality, I think you would be head over heels for Stardew. I really sincerely think you would get like majorly hooked on it.
I bet.
Because it's basically elements you like in Animal Crossing, but way more detailed. And I don't mean like difficult detailed. I just mean like you'd be able to make whatever the farm of your dreams was, and there's way more stuff to do. I see you being all about it if you were to play it, but no skin off my nose. But yeah, I always think about that whenever I post about Stardew. I'll see something and I'm like, man, I really think he would like this game. Also, another big franchise for Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined was announced for Switch and Switch 2. I think it's Switch and Switch 2. This is the DS installment. Reborn or reimagined, I guess, for the Switch and Switch 2 and other platforms. Now, what does reimagined mean? Does that mean complete, like portions of the game are going to be completely different? Like, is this like a Final Fantasy VII situation? Or is this a more straightforward remake just with modern graphics? I don't know. We only just learned about the game, so there's other things to learn about it. But,
maybe it's like the difference between The Last of Us and The Last of Us, the TV show.
It could be like that too, except in this case, it would be the same team doing that. It's not a completely different group
Neil
of people
Druckmann
with a
was
couple,
part of it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's Square Enix doing this or Square Enix. Like, the DS game was depressingly longer ago than we would like to admit, but not all that long ago. So, I mean, look, we're up to Dragon Quest 11 right now.
Their character designs are so
the man that died,
unique.
Akira Toriyama.
Like, I was watching that trailer, and then they were like, "There's more to this island than
meets the eye."
And then like it opened up, and you saw the character. You saw like the character's face, and I was like, "Oh, this is Dragon
Ball,
Dragon Quest."
Oh, Dragon Quest is the game, yes. Oh, yeah.
Am I in the wrong game?
No. The same guy did the art for Dragon Ball and Dragon Quest. Akira Toriyama. Yeah, he is the man. Rest in peace. He's dead. So now when those games...
Wait a minute, if he's dead, who's been drawing it?
Well, that's the thing. Now his art style gets continued on.
Reimagined.
So this game has obviously been in development for a while, so Toriyama was alive when it was going on. So I'm sure in some part he did it. But here's the real thing. When the original Dragon Quest 7 came out, Toriyama did the art for that. Right. So now if there's a brand new game that comes out with Toriyama's art style, it is not Toriyama anymore.
Right.
Sadly.
Like
but that style will live on. Yeah. He's got a style that is 100% him that will live on without him.
So it's funny because I was watching that trailer and I was thinking, man, that art is like so... There's like a charm there. It's whatever. Like, I could definitely see watching like a whole cartoon series with this.
Have I got news for you?
Well, I guess they've already done. They already had that idea.
The entire Dragon Ball, everything. Yes, is Toriyama.
Why did you bring my name up before you started this story?
It's a joke about how you don't care.
Oh.
I thought it was genuine.
We went from Stardew
in it, but then it was Dragon War.
No, it was about Stardew and how you gave it the Type 5 and we're not interested. And I was going into another thing you wouldn't be interested in.
Oh, well, you're right. Can't argue there.
We also got the reveal of Dynasty Warriors Origins, which is coming to Switch 2, and this includes the Oh no, it doesn't include the DLC, but the DLC is launching alongside it, which again, par for the course with many games now. I mean, that's par for the course with all games. What the hell am I talking about? If a game's got DLC, it usually launches alongside. If the DLC is not available, what does it have?
Battle Pass.
Close enough. A season pass or a battle
season
pass.
pass.
Yeah, they're all there. That's how games work.
This is the
That's
same
how
people that are doing Hyrule Warriors?
Some of the same team. Yeah. The Warriors franchise. Yes,
Gotcha.
you are correct.
Might also be related to the Hades team too, because it says play as a nameless hero. So
I like it. So I know you're poking fun at it to be funny, but I also think to
You
some
laughed.
degree it does like irk you.
it does. It doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't. I don't.
should have a
I've
name.
played games
Withdrawn.
where I play, as a no name character,
Yeah.
and you're just the avatar,
You'd
and then
prefer,
and then I
her
like
name
when
was
you're-
Elliot.
Now,
I'm over all of that. I love Elliot. I love it.
It's so funny because I keep having things that like are related to you not liking something. Every time we bring up Danganronpa, you're like, "Oh yes, Danganronpa," because you obviously don't know what it is.
Well, I mean, like, check out that name.
Oh,
Come
wait,
on.
I know
a little
It's,
bit.
here we go.
We had
It's Elliot and
a little
Elliot
bit.
and
No, no,
Elliot.
no, no.
all over again.
No,
Rampa.
we had a run in
I
this
don't know
in this
what this is.
Nintendo Direct. There was one game after another, and this is now we're going backwards, so this is the first one of names that made me giggle.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Dinkum or whatever was the first one that came up, and I was just
Oh,
like,
at least you can point to that and you know where where it comes from.
"What does he mean? What
Fair
does it mean?
Dinkum.
What is that?"
You've never heard the term fair dinkum before?
No,
I don't know. I don't know what the hell you're
I just
talking
thought it
Dinkum.
was Dinkum.
Barely
Hardly
knew
know
him.
him. Yeah.
Nice. We're
I-
good.
forget it.
We're good.
Danganronpa 2x2. Danganronpa 2. Goodbye despair.
Look. I love it. I don't want it to change. But Danganronpa, not like I think it's hilarious. Doesn't it sound like Steve Brule
Yeah, I was
came
just
up with it?
about
I mean,
to
come
say.
on. Like, it's Danganronpa. I don't know what it means. Doesn't matter. I think it's hilarious. I hope it does well. Congratulations, Danganronpas.
See, when I know you have a tell that I know when a name irks you, and I'm sure you think this name is silly, but it also irks you a bit. And your tell is congratulations. Go back and listen to all the times
No.
Dude says congratulations because it came up during Pokemon. And it's a thing I've known forever.
But it
I'm
is
drawing on it.
congratulations. Like, they're doing a great job. Who can come out with a game called Danganronpa and then get a sequel because it was so good? I mean, congratulations
A two
is
by-
in order.
A 2x2 sequel. I don't even know what that means.
And
2X
so yes, the Danganronpa series. And
Especially
again,
when you
this is the
put
way
the
this always
emphasis-
goes.
The emphasis on the Dangan. Like, did you hear it?
How do you say Danganronpa without emphasis?
Danganronpa.
Yeah, exactly.
Danganronpa.
Because we go through this every time. This is what it is. It's like, old, like 80-year-old guys sitting on a porch and they hear the greatest hits and they play it up every time. Because I know every time we talk about Danganronpa, I have to hear the old shtick again.
So good, though. How do you not laugh at that?
Because it's, I mean, Danganronpa as a name, is it funny? Yes, but like, it'd be like if I was still laughing at the name Wii now. Like, it's not as funny anymore. Like, when it first was announced, I was
Did
like, what is this
Dangan-
name? This is weird. This is funny. Danganronpa has been around for decades and we're
I
still
mean,
doing it.
You're also a big
I think
fan.
it's
Oh, wait a minute. Which one is this? Which one
I
is
think
this? This is
your
something you were
joy
really
of it
excited
is funny
about.
to me. I like that.
Is
Huh?
this something you were excited about, or this is something-
Danganronpa I wrote about recently because I was like, it has such a huge fandom and I feel so bad that I never played any of them and I want to change that. And I was like, on the Switch, there's many installments for me to change that. And this is another example of that.
It's fun to say, too.
It's a very fun name to say. I agree with that. Danganronpa is a fun name to say.
And see, the thing
Oh,
that
makes
I
me-
find it, I'm finding it funny because I don't even know what it looks like. I've
Yeah, I
never
don't
seen a screenshot. I've
It's
never
a
seen a
anime
video.
visual
I'd rather
novel.
not know, to be honest, because then I won't find it funny
Did you
anymore.
watch the direct?
Yeah.
Then you know what it looks like.
Well, I mean, was I paying
he wasn't
attention to that
interested in
part?
it,
Like,
yeah.
if I saw, anime, look down.
Oh, I think. Oh no. This is like a big deal. They were really excited
Yes,
about
it's
it.
a big. I literally got
But-
multiple.
Danganronpa right there.
But when they started, when they
It's not as
started
funny. It's not funny at
the
all
bear-
anymore.
the bear
now I
with
get
the-
why you
that
didn't
is true.
laugh.
with the
Yes.
bear with
Son
the
of a-
thing, and
Yeah,
what-
the bear
what
is
made me
the-
laugh about this whole thing
Robotic
is they were
teddy
like,
bear murdering
it's been
people.
a decade since we've had any like 14 years since the last version,
And we've got.
I just want to be clear. That's not true with this.
What is it? How long? It's been a long time. It said because it made me laugh because they were like, and we've got.
It's been a long time since this game was originally released.
And we got.
is what they're
we
saying.
got one new storyline for it. I was like, damn, it took you that long, folks.
Well, see, that's the thing. Yeah, you're
I'm not-
making assumptions. The franchise has had multiple
I'm
installments
on your side
since
with this
then.
one,
Nope.
yes.
It's just that they're saying it's been a long time because the second game
This
came out
one.
a very long time
so this
ago.
is a re-release or
yes, with new
remake.
content. Yes.
15 years.
Oh, so it's a new remake.
No, 15 years.
No, it's not a new remake. It's just a remake, but it's new.
Oh.
A new remake would
No,
would mean that there was another
sorry,
remake
I said
before.
new. I meant another remake.
They have never remade this game.
No, just
it is
just,
a-
in
just
general.
yes.
That has been announced
You are
during
correct.
this direct
Yes.
because it's been
I
remake.
don't know if you know
remake,
this, but the game
remake.
industry in the last like 6 to 7 years
I
is
know.
all about remakes.
Yeah.
That's it. This is the world we've created.
Same with film. It's
what
not
it is.
necessarily remake, but it's
and this
sequels.
is a great segue because a game that, it would have been a great segue if I could have spoke normally. This next game we're talking about is a brand new game, not a remake.
with another.
And
silly
I looked
name.
at this and I was like, I've never heard of this game. I think it was just announced here, but it wasn't. It was on
PoPuCom.
PC apparently. This game looks really fun. I was like, this looks like a lot of fun.
Okay.
PoPuCom.
All right.
Makes sense.
POPUCOM is
PoPuCom.
Sorry, we already passed this.
PoPuCom.
yeah, I didn't get into. I've talked about this before, and it's been glossed over a whole
Just-
bunch of
well,
times.
just
So I
the
just
meaning
gave
of
up
the
this
words
time.
in general.
No, I know I've said all this before, and I gave up this time.
Oh, all right.
POPUCOM is a co-op. I'm gonna say like puzzle platformer with a little bit of Splatoon thrown in. I think this looks really cool.
Oh, with
So
the
this game has to
painting?
be played with at least 2 people. I think it can be played with up to 4, but I think you need at least 2. You're summoned to an unknown planet to embark on a puzzle-solving fantastical adventure where colors play a crucial role. It looks like a really fun puzzle platformer shooter. So like,
It looks
there's
very
enemies of certain
Splatoonish,
colors,
doesn't it?
but certain characters only have certain colors. So like, if you have the
Oh.
pink and yellow gun,
Mhm.
and I have the blue and green
Have
gun,
you talked to
and
Hank
there's
and Pello recently?
There's-
there's towers of different enemies with the colors in it. We have to work together to take the
Yeah.
colors. And then there's other things like here's a purple shield. Only your gun can pick up the purple shield to fight against these enemies. Or like these bridge pieces are yellow and you have the ability to pick up yellow things and we have to work together to build up the bridge. I think it looks like a lot of fun. Like I'm legit really interested in this one. Comes out this holiday.
Akira was kind of like, was it black and white? Not Akira. It's something started with
Definitely
an A.
not
No,
Akira.
something started
Uematsu.
with an A, I think.
Tell me more.
Umaki.
It was an old game, but it's like when the
The
black
blob?
circles were coming, you had to use your black gun.
Ikaruga.
Ikaruga, yeah. That was
Yes,
it. So it's
the
more of
shmup. Yeah.
it's more of like a bigger variation of that.
Yes.
That was cool. Ikaruga
Yes.
was pretty
So that
cool.
was a really cool game. That's
Yeah.
one of the most highly regarded shooters of all time. So yes, same kind of idea there, except this is a puzzle shooter platformer. So,
Fun.
but yes, drawing the connection makes perfect sense.
Radical Defect is true. Is right.
Radical Defect is true.
PoPuCom sounds like Pokemon.
Yes, Do thoughts?
No.
Malakayla said Do had tears in his eyes from laughing after he heard the name, so he didn't really see this segment. That's
Yeah,
what it is. When
see?
they announced Danganronpa, he was like, "What?" And
See?
then they followed with POPUCOM.
Everyone's sticking up for
Well,
Dew
PoPuCom, I
because
think,
they know
came
he gets
before
bullied
Danganronpa.
here.
So there's that. I think coming out this holiday is all now. Like a holiday to me means this year, so we'll see. But I am hoping one of my Switch owning friends would like to play this because it has to be played co-op, and I would really like to play this one.
I
Looked
would like
a
to
lot of
try,
fun.
you know?
Yeah,
Um,
I wouldn't mind giving that a shot.
It's 4 players, so now how much is
Didn't
it?
it
I
say
don't
up to
know.
7? What
I
did
think
it
it's
say?
$80. It's not true. It's not true. It's gonna be. If I had to guess,
What
probably
is-
like
what- wait,
10 to 20.
in this co-op 7 game, or is that just
That's
a typo?
no. There's things in Nintendo's press releases that they annotate with numbers, and I was like, I got to remember to go take those out, and I forgot. So if you see a random number, that's why they go up to like 15 or something. It's a pain in the ass. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which we already knew was coming to Switch 2, finally got a release date. It's coming out January 22nd, 2026.
I'm starting to get real confused with all like the subtitles, you know, like remake, intergrade. What's the difference
So
between
Intergrade
remake and
includes the
intergrade?
DLC.
Okay.
That's it. Because the DLC is integrated.
Okay.
And then Rebirth is the second remake of Final Fantasy VII, and the
Mhm.
third remake, which doesn't have a name yet, which will probably also start with R.
It'll be Reunion.
later.
It's got to be Reunion.
Now, here's the thing. Let's look back to a time when Square Enix was like, this game is only possible on the PS4 because we can push it so hard, and look at these. And I said all those years ago, what a load of BS then. Look at where we are now, because it came to PS5, it's coming to Switch 2, it's coming to Xbox Series S and X. All different power levels between all those platforms. Arguably, the Switch 2 the weakest of them all.
Play it on their Apple Watch.
But it's on, yeah. Yes, you're going to say something?
No, actually, you explained it.
And then the best part is Rebirth came out, and Square Enix is like, only possible with the power of PS5. Now we can show definitely it's going to a less powerful system with the Xbox Series S and the Switch 2. So there's no way for them to get around that. And here's the best part. They already confirmed this week that the third one is also coming to Switch 2. So there's your blast processing, just in Square Enix form. But now you know, the whole trilogy is going to be on Switch 2. So you don't have to worry about like, well, I would get the remake on Switch 2, but why would I bother when I don't know if I'm going to get the other two? Square Enix apparently had a moment of clarity and was like, we should probably tell them that the other two are going to come out there too. So they did. And now we know. For a little bit there, they were like, fans of Final Fantasy VII remakes, get ready for remake Intergrade. And stay tuned for more information. They weren't ready to officially say it yet. And we're like, just say it. Everybody knows what you're talking about. But now they officially say it. A game we talked about recently because of Dew's love of digitized characters. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is coming out on everything, including Switch and Switch 2, if you'd like it. So that's a whole bunch of classic Mortal Kombat games, upscaled and higher resolution, collected in one package, including ones I guarantee you have never played, and with online play and game share support if you're a Switch 2 player, so you can share it with a friend. And it includes an interactive documentary about the whole series as well, video interview with all the developers like Ed Boon, and I don't know if they got John Tobias or not, but whole history there. Really cool package put out by an amazing team. You could not ask for a better team of developers to do this kind of collection. They handle it with the utmost care. So I gotta say, I know I don't replay games. I don't count fighting games in that because it's really not the same. This is a collection I might pick up. It's really cool.
Yeah, like an arcade style game you can replay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's not. I mean, I guess there's a story kind of.
Yeah, but not really. Yeah. You're climbing the tower, and then you get, like 7 lines of text at the end, and that's it comes out October 30th. If you're looking for a physical release, that's December 12th. Relationship Ruiner Overcooked 2 is getting a Switch 2 edition. 4K resolution, 60 frames per second, game share in there, and camera play, which is probably, well, for me, the most exciting part, because then you can literally see how angry you are making your friends when you're trying to make a meal with them. So look forward to that. Launches this holiday. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is getting a Switch 2 edition. It's also getting an upgrade on all other platforms. So no matter where you own this game, you'll be able to get an upgrade. It's the One Piece game, upgraded, better resolution, enhanced graphics, all that good stuff. I'm sure DLC included as well. Another game that looks really cool that I want to find the time to play, Linked Banner of the Spark. It's something I don't think we knew this was coming to Switch. Fuses the action of a roguelite with the charm of a life sim. Play solo or team up with up to 2 friends to battle against robot foes, then use parts and other resources to create a place for others to call home. It includes mouse controls if you'd like to play that style.
Is Clankers now like a super
derogatory term for robots? Yes.
Yeah, but are a lot of people using it now?
Yeah.
Are you seeing it? Okay. Because I knew it's been around since the Clone Wars and stuff.
Clone Wars is literally where it was invented,
or
where that word was used derogatorily.
Now, and I saw
robots.
a meme about it where it's
it's
robots in the future, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But now my stepson's been playing a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 2 again, and he is spouting that word off like crazy.
Clankers is very popular right now.
Yes. Clankers.
It's one of the big words, but you're right. You know right from beginning to now, it came from Star Wars. It's just very popular right now. Yep.
Yeah, I knew, but yes, I knew all about it, but I didn't know that was now a hip word
Yep.
that the youngins are using and stuff like that.
Well,
The youngins and
not,
RMC.
not when you put it that way.
Okay, so moving on.
Moving
Back
on.
to the name we were laughing about earlier. Now you got the Dinkum. So fair Dinkum is like
That's another term that kids are. That's another thing that kids are doing these
it's a,
days.
it's a drug they make.
I was gonna make
I
that the
haven't
time.
heard
Yeah.
him say anything about Dinkum.
Dinkum, a fair Dinkum is like a genuine person.
Fair
That's the best I
dinkum.
got for you.
I don't know that term.
Make the wilderness your home, plant crops, catch fish, gather resources, and more, and use your wits with wild creatures when wild creatures attack. This looks Minecraft-esque.
Yeah. Minecraft Lite.
There's a free demo available right now. Something about it I liked. I don't know what it was, but something about it I was like, I'd give it a shot.
Was it the dink or the
I'm all about Dinkum. Give me any part of the Dinkum and I want it.
Whoa.
Human Fall Flat Switch 2 edition was announced. So there's a version on Switch that lags behind other versions in terms of content, but the Switch 2 version will make that all right. So you'll get new stages in there. It comes out spring 2026. EA Sports, when I talk about that, Little Nightmares 3, we already knew about it. Persona 3 Reload, we will mention very quickly because now there's a demo. It's coming out October 23rd, but if you're not sure if that RPG is for you, go get the demo. Lego Voyagers is coming out September 15th. This is you can only play it in co-op. Has to be co-op. Just announced this week a Switch 2 version, day and date with the Switch version. So September 15th, both versions. The game is $25, but as I said, it is co-op only. You can do that locally or online. If you're doing it online, the other person does not have to buy the game. You go on the shop and you get a friend pass, which is free. So your friend downloads that and they join your game. So only one of you needs to pay for the game. I would love to talk to you about it because I've been playing it, but I can't because there's an embargo. Disgaea 7 Complete. That's the full DLC version of Disgaea. Nikki Hill, please look at him.
I'm just waiting for him to make the joke.
Disgaea.
This guy.
Mm-hmm.
This guy. That guy.
Again, it's the game that's already out, but with all DLC, it's coming to Switch 2 on October 10th. We knew about that. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD Remake, something else we knew about, coming out October 30th. We got a release time for the new Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage is coming to Switch 2, which is something we knew, but we still don't know the release date. It's coming out this winter, but winter could be 2025 or 2026. We don't know. 2 Point Museum is coming to Switch 2 on October 28th. Whenever I see 2 Point Museum, I always think of you, Lou, because I always think it might be something you would be interested in.
I like museums.
It's like a kind of Civ-esque, but about museums.
All right.
There's more of a management aspect, but still, they're not unrelated, but I really think there might be something to it. Is there a demo? No demo. But watch a trailer. I think you might be
I'm
interested.
going to read about it right now.
Okay, and then the 2 we skipped the one that Dew already mentioned, so I'll say it. Resident Evil Requiem. What? That's the biggest. Well, I guess it's not. That's
So
the
this
second
is a
biggest shocker.
This is a big deal just because it's like a good-looking game and it's on the Switch too. Is
No,
that what
it's
at
completely
launch, or-
shocking. It's shocking in every way, shape, or form. When this trailer first started, I was like, "This is 100% Resident Evil." But this isn't an old Resident Evil. I was like, "Is this a new Resident Evil just for Switch 2?" And then the scene I talked about on
That's
the bed.
so funny.
And I was like, "Oh
that's
my
the
God,
most
this is
important thing that we
Requiem."
need to talk about.
They did it.
They changed the angle of
Now
the
wait, was that
laptop.
after show where I talked about it?
I thought.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh yeah, that's
It
right.
might have been after show. So
It
I'll do
was-
very
it might-
quickly.
And
yeah.
on a Friday.
On the after show, I did a whole thing about Resident Evil Requiem
This doesn't matter.
because you see the two characters and one of them sitting on a bed working on her laptop, and the angle at which she is looking at the laptop makes no sense. It's like she'd be staring at the top bezel of the laptop and not be able to see the screen. And I went on a rant about it because it was fun and funny, but also because it genuinely irked me. I was like, nobody looked at this. And Dew pointed out when the trailer for this came out, the cutscene now shows her looking at a completely appropriate angle at the laptop. I was like,
Yeah,
holy crap,
that's crazy.
They really did fix it.
I think the big thing is that on Xbox Series X and S, they can't, for some reason, the computing power couldn't handle tilting the laptop screen just a little bit more, but on the Switch 2 again.
So every other system has the wrong laptop
Yeah.
angle, but
Just
Switch
because-
2 has
just,
it fixed.
Just out of pure power.
So yes, this is completely shocking. So Requiem was announced a while ago, only announced for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. No hint, indication, or anything that this was going to switch to at all. There were rumors of Resident Evil 7 and 8 going to Switch to.
Which?
Oh, so they're not even on this. See, I thought they were on the Switch too. So, or they were
They're
coming.
not,
or
but they're-
something.
They are on the Switch, but they're cloud versions.
Oh,
Maybe that's why I thought that this wasn't a big deal. Because
These
the
are
other
native.
two are on
These
there.
are native ports, yeah, not
I
cloud
see.
versions.
That's
so
cool.
these are actually made to play on the system, not streaming from somewhere. So 7 and 8, yes, are coming to Switch 2 the same day as Resident Evil Requiem, which is also completely shocking. It's coming out the same day as all the other versions.
That's pretty
This is blown my mind. If you told me Resident Evil Requiem was going to get a native port for Switch 2, I'd be like, that's really great news. But when is it coming out? Because I'd imagine like 6 to 8 months afterwards. To know that it's the same day, Capcom very clearly was contacted by Nintendo very early on, and they were like, got a new Resident Evil? Put it on Switch 2. And they're like, okay,
Don't tell
let's do it.
anybody.
So they've been working on this like at least partially in tandem with
And when is that?
the other versions. It is coming out
kind of soon.
February 27th. Yeah. Oh, man, I can't. And like
See,
graphically, it won't be as good as the other versions, but you can watch the comparison trailers for yourself. It's pretty impressive for what it is.
I'm nervous just because I get scared and
Mhm.
just alone.
Is that
And
what it-
I get
that's the-
I get afraid. I mean, luckily my television is incredibly far from where I sit, so at least nothing's gonna get me. Like I'll have plenty of time to run away.
Jumps. It can't just jump out at you. Yeah, it's got to get across. It's going to jump out and be like, forget it. That guy's too far away.
Right. By the time the light,
Imagine the ring crawling over
Yeah,
from your
it should be
TV.
like-
the
Take
sound,
forever.
I need some more water.
the sound might scare me, but I'll have time to react to the
Yes,
light once it
yes.
hits my eyes.
I applaud you for fully embracing this. That's great. That's great. That's what we like to see.
But the other versions coming out, like I never played them.
7 and 8.
Yes.
Well, there you go. Get them all on Switch 2 if you want.
But when did you say it's coming out?
February
15th,
27th.
27th.
Close
And
enough.
Seven's a real
and-
freaky one. You might like 7.
But 7 was also the VR one, and
I
that's
was
what
gonna
I'm
say,
starting
you
to
could
think.
come
Like
here and play that one in VR if you want.
But-
that would be funny.
I played it in VR.
But-
It was
Virtual Boy,
something.
is that something that could happen?
100%.
Do we know if it is, or that's in the plan?
So here's what happened on the Switch. Nintendo put out Labo, which did VR. There were, I'm going to say, 3 games that came out after that from third parties that supported it. So it's literally up to a third party. There is no reason why Capcom could not do it.
included.
The question is, will they? Not at launch. They certainly will not. Because
Does it take more processing power though? Because like you're essentially processing dual images, right?
so I'm going to say yes. I don't know the technical merit, but I'm going to say yes. But it can be done. This is also Switch 2. We have VR on regular Switch.
Right.
It could happen. There is a way. I'm going to say probably not for Requiem because I would imagine they're pushing the system to its
That's
limits.
VR too.
No, there's no.
Oh.
No. But for 7, could they do it since 7's already in VR? Like they would have to do a lot less work. But the
Right.
question is, I would imagine they'd go to Nintendo and be like, what are the sales numbers on this thing? Because they're not going to want to be like, let's do VR for 7 and 6 people bought the thing we haven't talked about yet.
Right.
Like any smart company would be like, Nintendo, just between us, can you tell us ballpark what the sales are on this thing? And then it could be like, we got the manpower and it doesn't take a lot of time. Maybe we could do something and that would move more people to try it. So yeah, it could certainly happen. It could 100% happen. And then there will be those companies that are passionate companies, indie companies, where they're like, this is going to have a VR thing and we don't care if only one person has it. They'll just put it in there. So.
Right. I mean, I'm kind of
yes,
hoping
100%
Tetris
could happen.
Kind of hoping Tetris Effect does the same thing too. Also, something in
That
the
would be
language in the press release or whatever.
A lot of curse words. Yeah. The language in the. Sorry.
Hold on
Oh.
to your mother
I
fart.
thought you were talking about me. I think I said some cusses later.
No.
Hold on to your hats for later.
Hold on your
Anyway,
butts.
it says if you have a Nintendo online, so like the Virtual Boys are for sale for people who have
You need a
Nintendo-
Switch Online account to buy it.
Like you need one. You
Yeah,
have to
just like all their other stuff.
Oh, you have to like show proof that you have to
No,
buy
you
it
just have to
through-
log in.
You order it
Okay.
from their website.
Yeah. They
But-
eventually do
but-
take some other stuff and put it in other retail stores, but yeah, this is.
But
no
that
different.
that still is okay if you are a family member on an
Oh
account.
yeah, you're fine.
It
As long as
doesn't-
you
it-
have a Nintendo account, you log in on their
Right.
website.
Well, I
which you
didn't
can.
know if it's have the account, like
You're
you're,
good.
the account holder, or you
No,
are
you're all good.
extended family.
You count. Family counts. Friends count. Yep, you're good.
You're
Trust
getting
me.
this thing. You're really
I,
excited for this
oh
thing.
yeah. All right. So Resident Evil Requiem.
It's
amazing
not crazy
announcement.
expensive.
Hold on.
also
We're not
doing-
there yet. We're going into it. We're going into it. Resident Evil Requiem, February 27th, Switch 2. Again, we put up videos that directly compare Capcom's official trailer. They put out, so the trailer that was in the Nintendo Direct was put out a few minutes after for the other versions of the game. It's the exact same trailer, so you can see what the two versions look like side by side. We posted them for you. You can go see what the comparisons look like. I'm supremely impressed. Obviously, there's things like hair and some lighting that doesn't look as good as PS5, but other aspects of it, like it's very clear they're using the same character models and everything. Like there are lighting and hair is where you're going to see it the most, but outside of that, it's very impressive. So go look at those comparison trailers if you want to be nosy. But yes, the biggest thing, the thing when Mom Brain saw it, she said, "This is the coolest thing they have ever done." And the thing where I saw it and I was like, not in my wildest dreams would they have ever done this. Yeah. Nintendo announced the Virtual Boy is coming back
Did we not talk about this yet today?
He skipped
for
over
Switch
it.
and Switch 2. And I don't.
Like the red, make
Oh,
your
sorry.
eyes bleed.
Yes.
Virtual Boy.
Yeah,
Yes.
this thing they're selling this as an accesssory that you
So,
put your Switch into.
It has
Oh
the
my
exact same form factor of the original Virtual Boy, but no inner workings.
Mhm.
It has the lenses, and you open it up and you put in your Switch or your Switch 2, which becomes the screen where you play, and then you put your eyes in, and you are playing the original Virtual Boy library.
You know that's right, probably because they've had millions of these things sitting around in a warehouse, and they're like, "Let's just
Take
gut
the
them
shells,
and,
empty
yeah.
them out." Yeah, right. So I don't even know what to say. I'd like to think, as being a Nintendo fan over 35 years and covering them for work over 20 years, I have a good idea of what they're going to do. I have never been this surprised. I would have never, ever guessed that. Somebody was like, "Hey, Nintendo's going to do the Virtual Boy. They're going to actually make physical Virtual Boys again, and you're going to put your Switch in it to play it." I'd be like,
And
I mean,
Why?
they'll have like the old Virtual Boy games.
yes.
So like this piece will kind of be like the game library will be in there.
No,
The
it's your
Switch.
Switch. You put your Switch inside of it.
How do the
That-
games-
that
Super
opens up.
Nintendo,
It's an app-
Nintendo,
it's an app
on your
N64,
system, yeah.
and there's going to be a Virtual Boy one.
No,
Yeah.
that's what that was
Yeah,
my
yeah.
question.
You download the app, and the app comes with your Switch Online membership, your Switch Online expansion pack membership. So at no additional cost,
Mhm.
you will get the app to play all the games.
but the controller is not the controller.
the controller's
It's
not what?
It's not a virtual.
No,
Boy
they are
controller.
not selling a Virtual Boy controller. To be fair, not the best controller. So yeah, you play
There's
with
two
your
thumbstick,
Joy-Con.
two
D-pads.
two D-pads.
Yeah. For what? Who knows? Yeah, it's you using your Joy-Con, but they showed the list of games and how big, like they're going to put out games that only came out in Japan as well, because the Virtual Boy's library is so small.
Yeah,
Virtual
there's
Boy,
some Wario Land
how many
games, right? That was on Virtual Boy.
There's Terralo Boxer, which is really cool if you like Punch Out. There's officially 22 released Virtual Boy games. 14 of them were released in North America, 19 in Japan. So we're getting a mix of the North American and Japanese ones, because obviously there will be some Japanese ones that you just won't be able to play because you won't be able to work through them. But things like Japanese Tetris, you'll be able to play no problem, which I actually own and is a really good version of Tetris. 11 of those games were released in both regions. So there you go.
Is that price correct? $99
Yeah.
for just the shell?
For the shell, $99 for the plastic shell.
what is
or
it? It's like-
$25 for the cardboard shell.
What do we say? It's $60 or $70 for the NES Joy-Con controllers.
Yeah.
So
a
like
good
that's
point.
pretty cool, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I paid $100 for a
Granted,
Larmo.
there's a lot more technology in the controllers probably than that. That's just a shell. But hey,
Listen,
I'm
this is
down with
very
it.
much squarely aimed at their Uber fans,
Yeah.
or the people who love when Nintendo does weird stuff. And like Nintendo in no way, shape, or form is worried about this selling, because I guarantee they've probably not made enough. and they know that people are going to gobble this up instantly. Like, I'm terrified. I'm not going to get one of these. I signed up for notifications for the cardboard and the plastic. I'm like, I want the plastic. I'll take the cardboard. I just want to be able to play this stuff.
You think it's going to be that limited and they're not going to keep supplying them?
I imagine they will do more runs. Yes, just like they have with everything else. But how long is it going to be? I don't know. I do not want to miss out on this. I have never, and this sounds like hyperbole because I've been a Nintendo fan all my life. I have never wanted something more from Nintendo than this. I want to own this so incredibly badly. The man who used to lay on the floor with a broken Virtual Boy to play it with his resting on his nose and then stumble around in his house because he couldn't see correctly for at least a half hour. I 100% want this more than anything Nintendo has ever done. I want it so badly. I cannot wait to be sitting right at this table with this stupid thing set up in front of my face. I can't wait.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that they're doing it. I couldn't believe that they're doing it. But I mean, from what I've played laying on my back, you know, I'm not going to spend $99 to play those games.
But
you know,
will you pay $25?
I wouldn't do that either. But I don't want to play the games. Like, if I wanted to play the games, I would definitely do the $25 option. Definitely.
I'm going to say, you're missing out with Wario. Wario is a killer game. And that game makes great use of the 3D. That is the showstopper for the system. That Wario platformer is so good.
I'm sure I could. I appreciate that. Yeah. I appreciate it. I'm just not going to. I wouldn't do that for one game, you know, for one game.
That makes perfect sense. And you know, the library is limited to begin with. Like at most, you're going to get 14 games.
If this was like, hey, this is like the beginning of the new 3D Switch 2 era, then I would probably jump on it immediately.
Was saying, we'll have to see what other companies do, because if this thing sells a lot, other companies will be like, oh, I'll do a VR version of ours.
I mean, in a perfect world, yeah, it'd be cool to see that, but like no one's going to do that.
They did it for the Switch.
You said three. You said three. Yeah, companies did 3 games for it. So like, you know, it counts. They did do it for the Switch, but it's not like you're going to be getting a ton of.
No, if you're looking for a ton of content, I would agree. Yes, most likely not, because you know, the bubble burst on VR, in my opinion. Like, nobody's buying PSVR 2. Development, like, games coming out for it are very few and far between. Nobody. Who do you know that's buying like the new Meta? Like,
I don't.
People are buying them, but they're not selling. Like,
I saw a kid on TikTok with one on, but I think he was just a rich kid on TikTok.
Yeah, like, I'm not knocking VR. It's just, you know, it's a subset of a subset of a subset of a subset of the game industry. Like, it's you're right. If it is supported on Switch 2, it will probably be a handful of games at best. So you're certainly right. If you're looking for, like, you want to a ton of games that are going to support this game to pick from before you jump in on VR, totally valid. Completely agree. 100%.
There's no video player, right, on the Switch too. There's no Netflix.
You were obsessed with that.
No, I'm joking. I mean, I'm not talking about hentai. That was a joke. I am the hentai correspondent.
I don't know. That's a great question, man. I'm gonna pee my pants.
We gotta get to the releases.
No, this show's going differently today. We're doing direct and maybe questions.
Well, you gotta go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom.
I do. No, not now, not yet.
But I do think it's incredible. Like, it's something that you never would have thought they would ever do. I think it's the amount of like, just the fact that they're making an actual one and it's not just all cardboard. You know, like, is incredible that they're doing that. When that trailer came up and they had the silhouette. And I was like, is that Rob the robot? Because his head looks kind of the same. And right before they turned the lights on, I was like, wait a minute. And then it came on. I was like, what are you talking about? So I was like, an app for the Switch where you just play them not in 3D. And then I was like, wait a minute. Is this going to be a real thing? And then you see it's a real thing. I was like, what's going on?
Years ago, I thought they dropped the ball with the 3DS.
100% agree.
But
to my dying day, you asked me on my.
I still kind of think that was a good place for it, because you wouldn't need extra technology.
It wasn't a good place. It was the perfect place, because you wouldn't need anything extra.
But, you know, honestly, maybe they tried it, and maybe for whatever reason, just the red on black didn't work on that screen or something, and like you didn't get the full experience as being in like a.
This is really funny, by the way.
You know, why? Did we just?
I'll
talk
get
about
to
this?
It. No, calm down. You get so nervous. Just go.
Well, because I missed things.
Just go.
So maybe they tried and maybe it wasn't working out, but they're making up for it they're going all in.
So this is so funny because we don't know if they tried it, but we know someone showed them that it could be done because Jules Watcham did. He remade the first level of Wario Land Virtual Boy in color, in 3D on the 3DS to show them, and was like, "I will do this. Like, let's do a deal." And honestly, he's like, "Pay me whatever." Like, it doesn't.
That guy
But
seems
he's like,
cool.
"I will do this. Here it is. I've done it. Like, here's a part to show that it'll work." And crickets. So the fault we know,
Or cicadas, maybe.
that's right. Of the fault we know 100% is on Nintendo. Maybe they did experiments and they didn't like how the experiments went, but maybe they did them in black and red. Maybe they didn't do them in color. We don't know, but we know for a fact that somebody showed them it could be done and done well.
That's funny that they
The fact
waited
that you
until...
mentioned Jules this time. And
that guy's cool. And you know that I'm critical about names. I love his name. I think it's a cool name.
man didn't pick his name.
I'm saying it's cool. I'm literally.
I know,
I'm
but
saying
the
it's
fact
cool.
that you say I'm critical of names, the poor guy didn't pick his name, even if it's a name you don't like. He didn't
No.
pick it.
No, but he does
It's a
he
name
loves
I
it.
like.
It's great.
I know that's what I'm saying, but you're
He's
saying
lucky.
I'm
But
critical
my
of
thing
names. It's funny for you to say I'm critical of names because a video game's name is chosen. A person's name is chosen by their parents. They don't have anything to
I
do
guess
with
it's
the name.
funny, but I'm still critical.
I know that's why it's funny.
But I'm
That's what I'm saying.
Jules, what
It's
we're
funny.
saying is, I mean,
Change your name.
now Elliot would be cool, but we're just glad your name isn't Elliot.
Well, how about Jelliget?
I mean, it's
Julesy
very funny. They're both very funny.
That's very funny. So that was that's your Nintendo Direct, which I think that, well, it was the longest Nintendo Direct, I believe, ever. So it makes sense that we talked about it more than any other Nintendo Direct. I looked around at surveys and reactions and all that stuff to see
Survey
what
said?
it was. Positive to very positive. There's always the detractors, but every I always go look at that stuff because I'm all over the internet. Usually it's about 35% liked it, 35% said it was the worst ever, and then everybody else is spread in between. This, I'd say, scale of 1 to 10, sitting at about an 8,
Now,
8.58. So people really like this one.
do you think there's still going to be announcements of
Games in the future. Will they announce
Yeah,
any games in the
but
future?
no, like
Well, here's the
before,
crazy
before the
thing.
holiday season, are we going to have
Another
some
direct?
announcements of large? I don't know about a direct.
Your
but,
holiday season's set. I can tell you that for a fact.
Metroid
So
is the
Metroid,
holiday.
Metroid is
Why
the big
here?
one. Because
Metroid's not a big one. Your big one's Pokemon this year.
oh, Pokemon.
Spin-off.
Because-
Pokemon and Zelda.
Because for us, Metroid
That
is
ZA is, gonna
is a
sell
big
like
one.
crazy.
But-
Legends, the first Legends game, which is why we're getting this new one. The first Legends game, everybody's like, this is great. This is what I want Pokemon to do now. Do more of this. And they're doing Legends, and they've tweaked things based on they're doing Legends ZA, and they've tweaked things based on what people wanted after Legends. And all the impressions of this one are like, this should be the way forward for Pokemon. So this one's going to sell like crazy. That it's very smart. They're doing a hardware bundle and everything. That is 100% this game's going to sell.
My goodness.
Nuts. So
February. February is
get-
going to be a big year.
you get Pokemon and you get Zelda the month after, and Metroid is never going to be a system
Zelda,
seller.
Hyrule,
Age of
Dynasty,
Imprisonment. All those games sell.
Hyrule Warriors.
To put that in perspective, Koei Tecmo's best-selling Warriors games are
Was.
all the Zelda ones above every other entry in their franchise that they invented.
Right.
So,
Really?
so that's going to sell well, yeah. And then Metroid is just here's your bone.
But sorry,
Uber
Hyrule
hardcore
Warriors
Nintendo
is for holiday.
Here's your
Here's
bone.
your
It's
bone.
November.
Okay.
Now complain about the motorcycle.
And then Metroid is. They never expect Metroid to be a system seller. They know that thing's going to sell 2 to 3 million copies, and they'll put it out.
Dread
this year,
did
as they
well,
say.
but Dread was also around that
Dread
time.
is the best-selling Metroid game of
Was
all
at that
time,
time?
and it's 4 million? Maybe not even that. Maybe by now it's
crazy.
4.
Pathetic.
So poor Metroid. One day it could have. Now with
It's got
what
a
happened,
coaster, for God's sake.
now with what happened with Zelda and Breath of the Wild, that shows basically no matter how long a franchise goes on, you
That's-
could have an installment that creates a whole new boom in popularity. I'm forever convinced that could happen with Metroid. I just don't know what
So
would
that's
be.
why
They
I'm
just got to
thinking-
put Samus in Fortnite, and then people will get interested in Metroid. Done.
I think that's
Done.
I think, did we talk about this though in more
About this?
Yeah,
Talk
we
about
talked
this?
about
the
it.
vehicle and the vast open space? I feel like that's when I was watching that trailer, I was like, this maybe they're going to try to lead it towards Breath of the Wild explore, like more broader exploration.
So all we
world.
know, like we don't know anything. Based
that could
on
be, that could have been
footage.
one segment of the whole game.
My
Who knows?
idea, just from looking at it, is it just looks like it'll be like traversal between point. I imagine Samus is going to go to different planets, and those planets will be self-contained Metroidvanias, and you may need to travel between 2 or 3 points on each map, and that'll be your travel section. So it won't be like a big open thing. That's just what I'm getting from it. I could be completely wrong, but we've seen nothing to lead us to believe this is an open world Metroid game.
Right.
The areas will be more open-ended. We know that already. We saw that from day one. The areas will certainly be more open-ended, but I don't see it being like it's very clear. Samus gets on a bike, drives somewhere, gets off, and then it's like, okay, here's Prime, and
Right.
you go in and you do the Prime stuff. Like that's what it's going to
Yeah,
be.
they
Samus
kind
isn't going to be walking around in the open, being like, "Where do I go?"
Right.
So that's my impression. Could be wrong.
But the driving stuff could be an experience in and of itself too. Like
Well,
there's
they showed some battles while driving.
Yeah.
So
That's
there's
why I'm
gonna
like-
be some things there.
yeah,
feel
you'll
like-
be able to attack while you're driving.
I feel like there's I can't remember which game now, but I feel like that's happened in a game
I'm
where
looking
it's
at
like
it.
this is not the main part
Yeah,
of the
it's
game.
called No More Heroes.
Maybe, but it's like
Ooh.
this isn't the major part of the game, but this is really fun, and I'm
No
gonna
More Heroes. Yeah,
sink
you
a
don't
lot
even
of
fight
time into
anybody. You
this.
just drive around on the bike, and like it wasn't the best, but I was like, there's something about it that I
Yeah.
like. So, that's honestly how I've been thinking of. I'm like, it's gonna be like No More Heroes, but it'll play better. But yeah, it's just like point A to point B.
Oh,
or
and
point
so
C.
what you're saying is Samus is gonna go mow somebody's dirt lawn on
Strawberry
a
on the
different
shortcut.
planet.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
You're gonna do all
Sticker-
those
One-handed
little
mowing.
tours.
Yep.
sticker blaster cannon into the ground and have.
Hey,
coins
how's
pop out of
No
it.
More Heroes 2, Luke?
I opened it.
All right.
I'm glad you remembered to say the
Hey.
same thing. It's always
I
that.
bought No More Heroes 3 a long time ago, and I still haven't played it.
That's a good one.
No More Heroes 2 is like 10 years older than that, but still, I'm with you.
So that's your direct. We're not doing anything else there.
Have a good week, everybody.
Time. Does anybody have anything they played that they desperately want to talk about?
I can save it.
If there's something you really want to talk about, go ahead.
No, I can save it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Because we can go right to questions.
Stardew Valley.
I would like to hear more about that.
Yeah, talk
There's
about
nothing.
Stardew
There's
Valley.
really
Nothing to say,
nothing.
you covered
I
Tell
literally
us
booted it up
every
because it
minute
was
by
free,
minute for
and
5
I will say one
minutes.
thing real quick, but it's something we talked about a long time ago, but I wanted to bring it up for a point. I said I wanted to be able to get involved with this Silk Song difficulty discussion, and I'm sad that I can't be because I was like, Hollow Knight was so long ago, and I'm playing so many other things, and I was like, I wrote that Patreon piece about what did I miss about Hollow Knight, because you and I feel the same way. We don't think it's a bad game, but we're like, why did this game blow up for Metroidvanias? So I was like, I made the choice to restart Hollow Knight, and I'm going to go into Silk Song after that, and I'm playing Hollow Knight. I'm like, I think I like it less now. But
oh really? Wow.
it's not bad, but I'm not. Based on what I remember, I think I like it less. But most importantly, and then we'll go on because I don't want to get stuck here. Balfanada. I forgot that's where that comes from,
Yeah.
and I was like, "That's why he says it." I forgot all about that.
I mean, I only said it when Drew was playing it.
Yeah,
really, but-
I completely forgot that part of it.
Yeah.
But I went to the shop and she said it, and I was like, "Oh yes, that's where it's from." And as I said, something else I played I can't talk about. Yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, I'll read your question, and I really have to pee because I'm gonna pee my pants. You can send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
Goninpod@gmail.com.
Maybe I will.
They can be about Nintendo video games in general or whatever the hell you want. This is a question I believe you will be able to answer without me being here. It should be easy to come up with an answer, no pressure. Nico Darunia asks, what's the grossest thing? What are things you find incredibly gross? It doesn't matter how you define the word gross. Just what is gross to you? Behavior, a thing, a feeling, a taste, a texture. Go.
Oh, gosh.
Somebody else's spit to me is so gross. I remember one day in like 6th or 7th grade, it was pork roll day, which was my favorite day. It was the only day I would get triples. Yes, triples. So I had 3 pork roll sandwiches that I freaking housed because I loved it. My mom was a 6th grade teacher, by the way, and she happened to be on cafeteria duty that day. She was standing right next to me, literally right next to me, but she was standing, I was sitting. one of my friends, I'm not going to say his name and dox him here, but he for some reason spit onto my tray, like hocked a little loogie, and it wasn't even a big one, a little one onto the tray. And just thinking about it, seeing it, whatever it was, let's just say that triples came back to bite me. Came like I literally puked all over this table, all like kids everywhere, like loud kids everywhere, puked, and it was all pink because it was all pork roll. And my mom literally right next to me, because she was standing, was like looking everywhere else but down at her son. So like I'm like sitting there covered in vomit, and like vomits everywhere, and like it took her way too long. And I think someone had to like poke her, and then she like looked down and she was like, "Oh my god, dude!" Yeah. But yes, other people spit for some reason, like, and I spit all the time. Like I'm a weirdo that like if I'm outside, I'm constantly hawking loogies. It's kind of a bad habit. I try not to do it when other people are around, but it is something I do a lot. But man, loogies or other people's spit for some reason, it just grosses me out. I don't know. And like I can like make out with like someone, with a woman, and like
Any woman,
and that doesn't bother me. But there's something about spitting, like just when it's, I don't know, it turns me off. It hasn't stopped me from eating pork roll though.
I'm so sorry for you, but like especially because that's not what you want to have in your mouth. Is that like that's not the pork roll you want?
It sucked because I had just finished all three, and it was like the greatest. You know, it's like I just loved that lunch so much, as gross as pork roll kind of is if you think about it.
It's not.
But I crushed 3 of them,
Taylor's.
and then yeah, that happened. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, looking at someone else's hawked loogie is pretty nasty.
I mean, that's just yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's not. Yeah, I guess it's not strange to think that's nasty, but there's something about it that really gets me, like turns me.
We were waiting in line for the Ferris wheel. End of the day, we were at Six Flags several months ago. I don't know when it was. Maybe it was last year. And there was like one kid next up in front of us in line, and he was coughing or he was like showing signs. And we were like, let's take a couple steps back. And he threw up on the ground.
Ugh.
We were like, we're out. Like we dove backwards. Yeah. I mean,
that's
bodily
obviously
fluids, no
so
thank
gross.
you, right?
I wouldn't want to see a kid's puke or anybody's puke either. Like that stuff grosses me out too.
Yeah, I guess for me, like smells will get me.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I got 2 dogs, and like if they have like diarrhea or if they throw up, like, you know, sometimes I'm trying to clean it up, and if like the smell hits me the wrong way, I'm just like,
it's like real. And thinking about smells too, how they're like actual like molecules, and like you know, the fact that you're smelling that, like something from your dog's butt is in your nose. Like that's just how it is.
The whole thing where I'm like, you know, the
yes.
shirt over my nose.
Yes,
and,
that's
like barely trying to.
That's
grab
all you
it,
can
and
do.
Get it at the house as soon as I can. Yeah, clean it up. Dog diarrhea, I think is it.
I think that's a fair one.
Yeah.
And it's always real stuff. Like I could watch body horror movies till the cows come home, and they don't really like I'll be like ew, but I won't be like puking or anything. But yeah, if you're gonna like poop or throw up or spit near me, I gotta go.
What's the movie? I always try to think about it because I saw it once like randomly. I don't know if it was on Disney or what. It's like The Great Something blah 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 or whatever. And
the great something blah blah
and
blah.
They're in a spitting contest, and they're like hawking loogies for distance.
Yeah, okay.
And like that's what the big drama of this movie is. I don't even know if it's like a full length or not. So that you can handle because it's fake.
Yeah, I can handle it. Like I'll
on screen.
Yeah, I'll still think
That's
it's
different
gross,
than
but
being
it's
in
not
real
gonna
life.
like sour my stomach or anything.
Radical Defect says I will 100% put on a mask to clean up pet waste or vomit.
Yeah.
I get it. Mine that I think is gross is the like reaching into a sink to put like extra dirty dishes into a dishwasher. I just skews me out. And like cleaning out the you know, a little sink drain when you gotta like take that.
Yeah, that
those are
doesn't
nasty.
bother me.
I mean,
Fun
it
sounds
doesn't
too.
bother me, but I think it's gross. Like I do it all the time, but it is just.
What about pulling out the hair in the shower tray?
See, that doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that comes out.
Mom
That's-
brain, it does. Like
That stuff comes out.
terrible with that
foul.
stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me as much.
No, I'm fine with any of that. Like pulling hair out of like the vacuum or something to get it off the beater bars and everything. I'm like, whatever.
It's dry.
Yeah, but
know,
see,
that's
like mom
not as
brain
bad.
will die. She
Oh,
thinks
okay.
it's the
I
grossest
don't
thing in the
know.
world.
I honestly can't think of like what actually grosses me out like that outside of like people do like defecating or doing
all right,
stuff in
so I got
public.
a
You
You
know
know
what
what?
I
I'm not a
mean?
fan of people pooping.
I
in
know
front
a
of
weird
me.
one that's not
Peeing or
bodily
pooping. Like I've
fluids.
seen people. Like on the subway. I was standing there with
Ah.
somebody talking, and there was a garbage can.
Yeah.
Like the metal ones or whatever,
Mhm.
and a guy walked up to the garbage can, and then like a little stream came out of the garbage can. He didn't summon it.
Yeah.
That was pee, probably,
Um,
right?
This one grosses my wife out. It doesn't bother me. It's not bodily fluids related. There's some kind of giant toad or frog, and it's
Toad
like
boy.
it has its babies like on its back, and then like the
Yes,
babies like
yes.
pop out of its
Oh,
back, and its
cool.
like back is like full of holes, and you see like the
That's
stuff, like,
Gremlins. Isn't that in
squirming out of
Gremlins
it.
when you get them wet?
So
And,
she might have that what's like tryptophobia or whatever it's
That's what I was
called, like
gonna
the
say.
fear of holes.
I
Like,
don't- see, I don't know because I don't think so, but like just that.
but that's very
bo-
gross.
Yeah, that grosses her out. And I'm just like, whatever, it looks weird, but it does. I don't feel like
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
Looking at it. Her, she can't
Or-
look at it at all.
It might be
Nasty.
smells, maybe. There are some smells that you just can't avoid. Like you can't
Like?
like. Well, just like BO things or like
I mean, it's
foul
gross, but-
smells. Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
You
I'm
go
not.
into a theme park, you're gonna smell it.
Yeah, BO
Well, that
smells
stuff,
bad,
yeah.
but it doesn't. That doesn't gross me out
Sometimes-
as much as like
You know?
Sometimes,
Sometimes there's
your eyes are
somebody.
watering, and
Yes.
you're just like, I
Yeah.
can't.
You're right.
How?
I can't
like,
get into specifics, but there was a time when I was with somebody who had such bad body odor, and that's like armpits and mouth, and it was so bad that I legit thought I was gonna throw up, and I had to like get up and remove myself from it. It was that
Or-
bad, and I was like, "Holy
or
crap!"
halitosis, where
Yeah.
they're talking, or like in an enclosed, like in a car or
There
something.
was-
Drink your
oh my
water,
God.
people.
Once, I'll never forget this. Once I went to the orthodontist, I was probably like 17 or something, and like the technician who was working on me had the worst nose breath in the
Oh.
world. It was, I can't explain it.
I know what
and
you
they were
mean.
congested, or
and they
whatever.
were like right up in
Yeah.
there, and their nose breath was blowing right in my and like I kept gagging, and she was like, oh, are my fingers like too far? And I wanted to, like, I couldn't really speak because the fingers
you
were in
gonna
my mouth, but
say?
I
Yeah.
wanted to be like, your nose breath's
Yeah.
terrible, lady. Like
When
I
you're
was like gagging. I don't know how I didn't
when you're
puke.
working in a profession like that, where you're in people's face, you have to be extra aware of that.
But
stuff.
how do you know about nose breath?
how do you-
like
how do
I never
you-
even
how do you
heard
deal
of
with
nose
that?
breath until
Oh,
it
yeah.
hit me in the
Oh,
face.
Well, Papa,
That's why I
Papa,
get nervous with
Papa
things,
breath
with
strip it
smells.
before every patient.
That's why. Yeah, but it's your nose, not your breath.
for a little air freshener.
Yeah, but it's all related. They're all the same
No,
tube.
but it's coming up. It's like the congestion and stuff that's like sitting, or like mucus is like up in your sinuses. Like you
Well, I
can't.
still say a strip would be better than nothing.
Maybe.
It would maybe mask,
Maybe.
Yes.
overpower.
Yeah.
But that's
Maybe
why
to
I
make
get
it
nervous.
tolerable.
That's why I get nervous about smelling all the
You
time,
get
because like
nervous about
I
that
catch
every day.
whiffs of things, and I
Is
just
that me?
well, if I'm alone, it's got to be me.
We also have a Patreon question. Dude, did you know that you could join a Patreon
For $1.
for $1? Game Freak 613 did, and they asked this question. There is a phrase, quote, "I'd rather make $100 10 times than $1,000 once," end quote. It's used to demonstrate that you'd rather sell a product to more customers paying you less money than just one high-paying customer. I think this is pretty good advice, but how many customers would it take for you to take the $1,000 ones over the 10 $100 ones? For example, I'd rather make $1,000 6 times than $100 10. This is terrible.
Wait,
I'm so bad at math that I'm not going to be able to figure out
Isn't
a
that
good answer
off?
for this.
So you'd rather have $6,000 than $1,000?
Right.
Yeah, me too.
I'd rather make $1,000 6 times than $100 10 times. Yes, that is correct. We would all want that.
Yeah.
How many customers would it take for you to take the $1,000 ones over the 10 $100 ones? So that's the question, and I have no answer for you. How many? I feel like I'm on a SAT test.
Yeah, that's a.
How many customers would it take for you to take the $1,000 ones over the 10 $100
I'll
ones?
do whichever one takes me the less amount, but still gives me the most amount of money.
Well,
the
then
easy
it's
way.
Well, it depends. The easy way money or the easy way customers?
Give me
Because
the-
it's how many
I mean, it's-
customers would it take?
What's my overhead?
We need to know a lot more
I
about
mean,
this
come
business
on.
before we answer this question.
How much am I spending here? Like,
How many customers would it take? Don't do what Donnie don't does.
what's my
How
what am I
many
netting
customers
for each
would
one
it
of these
take for you
products?
to take the $1,000 one?
That's
Then I'd rather-
so confusing.
Basically,
I'd rather take it than $1,000 once. Okay. For example, I'd rather make $1,000 6 times than $100 10 times. But
$100
yes,
maybe
10
maybe
times
they're
is-
saying with that example, let's pretend we're getting it to the same amount of money. So $1,000 6 times is $6,000. So they're saying $100 times whatever,
It'd be
that's like
60.
600 or whatever
60.
to get
I
the
don't know.
6,000. So like, would you rather deal with 600 customers or 6 customers? I mean, probably 6 for the same amount of money.
yeah. Radical
Yeah,
Tupac says, I feel like the real question is, would you take the $1,000 if the 10 $100 ones were miserable?
so my thing is, like, if
Give me the high rollers.
if I'm selling it for $1,000, that means those people are going to be much pickier, and the product has to be is like much more specific. I lately, with a lot of things in commerce or whatever, I'm thinking we need to lower the prices of things, make them affordable.
I got this radical idea.
But like the whole thing, like with movies, if movies are not $20 to see one movie, like if it's cheaper, more people are going to go. Leave it in the theater for longer. More people are going to see them in the
We
theaters
went to the
rather than
movies
just
last
wait.
night, it was what?
Movies,
$18 a person.
like the situation with movies and theaters is the same as Ubisoft with their prices. They're going to drop the price in a couple of weeks. So why are you going to spend the money?
Back to DLC, and that's it. Nintendo's not going to drop the price of DLC or the game. So
Is
either
that
way,
why?
you're gonna
Is that
bite
why
that
Marvel re-released?
the new Marvel.
Supposed to be
Re-released Infinity War with like unedited footage of the Hulk or something. So more people went to see that, right?
It's
It was
so
like-
no, it was so they could take back the
right.
So,
But they put it in there, and that's the
Yeah.
only thing that was different.
Yeah.
And like,
He's got a new hat. Thanks for the brain busting question, Game Freak. We are too dumb to give you an appropriate answer. But if
I
you'd
think
like
I
to
would
submit
sell.
again
I
and
would
explain to
focus
us
on
idiots,
selling more for cheaper.
listen, I got to know what the job is and what I'm doing.
Also, if I have a product, I want it. If I'm trying to sell a product, I'm gonna want more people to get it. I want to get it out to more people.
Okay.
So I'm gonna lower the price, and then I'm gonna pay an influencer to sell it on
What one?
TikTok.
Mr.
Oh, it
Beast.
really
It'd
doesn't
be
matter.
Mr. Beast for you.
No.
No?
I'll go with
I like how I was going.
AJ
It's like you had a
and,
conversation with yourself. No,
Big Boom. What's his name?
there you go.
Boom.
Yes,
I've got
Boom.
history with them.
Big Justice.
I
and
spent
AJ.
100 days using Nikki Hill's product.
Now
And let
that's-
me tell you.
That's 2 people promoting it, and it's probably just
And
as
I have a
much.
chance of getting to the Rizzler through them.
You could get to the Rizzler, or you could go right for the Rizzler,
Yeah.
who will probably be a little more
He
expensive.
was at the
but
burrito place by my house, supposedly.
He's got the
Man,
the
he's
boy's got
living.
his own Arizona iced tea right now.
Oh wow!
That's unbelievable.
It
I
is
mean,
unbelievable.
we could
What's
only
it called?
dream of
Tizzler?
having our own Arizona iced tea,
right?
especially.
What's it called? Off
Tea-
the top of my head, I'm going to say Rizzleberry, but that's probably not it.
Rizzle Tizzle.
The Rizzler. The
I mean, Arizona and Snapple, they were like,
Rizzle you back to hell.
rizzle you back to hell.
Okay, here we go. The Rizzlers, Arizona iced tea. Oh, it's very close. It's Rizzberry, not Rizzleberry.
Well, that makes sense.
And so it's
The raspberry tree is a very rare tree. It's probably expensive tea.
I don't know what kind of flavor it is, but it's got blue and it's got pink, so probably raspberry and blueberry. Raspberry.
That's raspberry.
All right. That's oh my god, what's happening here? My phone's blowing up. Okay, we did that.
No
We
music,
did
right?
that. No music.
No NPD numbers.
No, that's it. We're done. We
Sad.
did it all.
Everybody have a great week.
What'd you play this week?
No. Skip that.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know if we were. Am I allowed to?
What's the rumor? What'd you hear?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we were
Doolies,
skipping the
spiders,
rumor
and-
as well.
No, what?
Spiders and fleas?
I wish
What
it
we
were
got
true for
going on?
once, but we do a rumor every time. so-
Well, ladies and gentlemen, since you've waited so patiently through all that boring talk
It
about
was
some
pretty
sort of
boring. I fell
Nintendo
asleep.
Direct, now we get to some interesting things that we can sink our teeth
that
into.
was for the direct, not for you.
I know, thank you. So we're doing something a little different here. It's called Dues Views, the actual direct. Dues direct of the week with Dew Michaels.
I thought it was
So-
Dude's views.
So did I. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I send my spiders and flies all over the video game realm, and they come creeping and crawling back with awesome rumors that I tell you guys all about. And today's no different. Actually, there is one thing different. It says here that the rumor is true
Holy
for
crap.
once.
Oh
So,
my god, I can't believe it happened on the day I was hoping it would.
so
be.
this is incredible. So not only do we have all that information from that direct that was really boring, but we're going to have one more piece of really true information. And it kind of ties in, and you'll see how right now. So we talked a little bit earlier about Samus and the motorcycle in the new Metroid 4 Prime game. Metroid Prime
Wow.
4 game.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Beyond. Well, because everybody loves DLC, and we've been talking about that too. Here's something really exciting.
It's
free. Pikmin 4 has a new DLC in the works.
Wait, Pikmin 4 does?
Pikmin 4
Okay.
has a new DLC in the works where your Pikmin scout out motorcycle parts on a mysterious planet, and then when you build, all the Pikmin come back and they build the future bike, and then you find out at the end of the DLC, yes, it's spoiled right here, folks, that you're actually on Talon 4 or Zebes or Zebus or one of those
So
planets.
you actually
that-
find out you're on one of Samus's planets, but we don't know which
we don't know
planet.
which one because I don't know what planet she's on for
Yes.
Metroid 4. But yeah, so basically
Zariola or something.
it's one of the first times ever that Nintendo has merged franchises, and now it is official that Pikmin is in the same universe
the
as
first-
Metroid.
One of the first times ever, not counting Smash Brothers. I have a question.
I mean, the
Do
same
you-
universe. Like,
Do you have to buy Pikmin 4 and get to Pikmin 4 DLC, and then it crosses over to Metroid, but you have to also buy Metroid and Metroid DLC?
yes, $90.
Oh, it's for all of it?
View Ross.
Euros is the name of the planet?
She's
really?
on the planet View Ross.
Oh, View. Is that the name of the planet?
VIEWROS.
Where's
You're sure that's the
Olimar
planet's
then? The spiders and flies.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
he going to be involved in this new
Viewers.
Metroid game?
Yeah, Olimar is he's the one that controls the Pikmin, so he's helping build Samus's new.
The bike is
I
called
hope-
the
Jesus
Viola.
Motorcycle.
Christ.
Pretty-
That's going
Viola.
to take them forever. They're so small.
But there's so many of them.
Still, I've seen hundreds.
Listen,
it takes hundreds to
is there
carry
a
a
tie-in?
battery.
Would
there
you
a tie-in
rather
with
have 10 Pikmin carrying
Pikmin
10
Go?
parts or
Pikmin Blue?
1,000 Pikmin carrying one part?
What a
What's gonna-
great joke to tie it back. Holy crap. That's perfect. That's perfect. So good. It's not getting any better than that. Thanks for putting up with this podcast today. I hope that was a great recap for Nintendo Direct and an eye into all of our insanity. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
We still got after show. Anybody got anything you want to put out there?
The bike is called the Viola.
Oh,
That
the
is not
Viola.
true.
What are you talking
Is it
about?
really?
Yeah,
How's it? There's got to be dashes or
Yeah,
something
it
if it's
is.
Nintendo. Yeah.
because it was written by AI.
The
probably.
Viola.
Oh.
If we were going to talk about what we played, Because the last time we were here,
Well,
I was
we
talking
weren't.
about Diablo, and I said one of my gripes was that I was tired of getting weapons that I had to swap out like every 5 minutes or whatever. So I've been playing a little bit more of it, and I finally got into the crafting system. And like, there's some funky currency you can spend to like get better weapons.
Coin of the
And,
realm.
I actually figured out how to like craft better weapons that actually like last me quite some time. And I felt bad about like griping on it before because I hadn't really gotten too far in the game. So I wanted to make amends on that for any Diablo 4 players who might have been like, stupid Lube didn't know what he was doing.
It's true. It's
So,
true.
but no,
That does happen on the internet. Well, thank you for the follow-up. That's a very responsible of you. I was going to say respectful. It is also respectful, but very responsible of you. We are only ever out to give correct information about video games on this podcast, as we just heard from Do, with his very true, not rumor. Rumor direct, not rumor direct.
One of these days, someone's going to hear one of the Do's views while like half asleep, and it's going to happen.
I meant to say two things, and I forgot, and I feel so bad. Thank you. Oh, God, this is bad. I'll have to do it next week again. Thank you to Quince and John for helping out with the Nintendo Direct. I can't believe I didn't mention it during the podcast. I'm so sorry, but they were there helping, both of them during the Direct, and Quince for the cleanup after the Direct. So huge thank you to both of them. I feel so bad. I forgot. Huge thank you to them. And also, I meant to say, Music Man is responsible for the Virtual Boy thing, because just a few days before they announced that, he sent me an old picture that he took of someone playing my Virtual Boy.
Oh man,
it was just one that he like came across, I guess, and sent it to me, and we were talking a little bit about it. And then this happened, and I texted him. I was like, "You are responsible for this. You made this happen."
Nintendo monitors my phone, and
They
they
were
were
like,
able to mock something up in a week.
We just need one more mention of the Virtual Boy before we decide to bring it back, or before we announce it. They knew they had it, and it was ready. Just when are we going to announce it? And it worked out to be for a Direct. That's that, everybody. We got nothing else, right? We're good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Go rest, relax, play some games, hang out with friends and family. You deserve it, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
And we are done.